to throw on 4th and 18. He's given time. He wants Jefferson. Comes the ladder. Oh, my goodness. Justin Jefferson. The catch of his life.
Well. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Today's your boy, Coach Lee. Welcome to the Play Call Sheet. Hopefully you had a great weekend. We're getting closer and closer and closer to the league that matters. But, man, we got a great show for y'all in here tonight. We got the crew up in here. We see you, Chris. Don't know about no Georgia Tech. I don't know about no Cincinnati Bengals. But, yeah, man, we're going to do our thing because it's all about us having fun and enjoying everybody. But, man, let's get the crew up in here. Great content, but right off the bat, I got to bring my brother in here, even though he's a Patriot, man. Even though he's a Florida Gator, man. But it's the main man, Chili Will.
What's good, folks? How we doing today,
What's up,
man?
How you doing?
America's real team, right? Cowboy. Patriots.
Yeah, you got it right.
Trampled on my joke.
I
know
hate
it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
No one's about when you say America's team, that just means you're a fucking front runner. That's like it just means that for all the people who don't have a team, they root for this team when it's doing good. I don't. We don't need y'all. Yeah. We don't need y'all.
Nah.
Sports doing fine.
Nah. Keep the bandwagons on the bandwagon.
yeah.
But man, we got somebody in here, man. He's him and his team. He's already getting on my nerves. Just like always, they get set up to have a great college football season.
Yep.
Even though, whatever. It's my man, Jiggity Jake and Ohio State Buckeyes.
OH. Yeah, hey, it's a great day. We are finally here. Well, it was last weekend, kind of, but not really. Who cares about Notre Dame? It is college football season. We are here this Saturday, and it doesn't matter if you're a OHIO State fan, a Longhorns fan, a Gator fan, an Eagles fan, or hell, even an LSU Tigers fan. We're all excited for this freaking season to be back.
Bobby getting real black girl on me. He has obligations. That's my guy.
Shout out to Bobby, man. Bobby, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, I just need to make sure I shouted out everybody's team who I know who roots for a team up in here. And I think I hit them all. If I missed one, I'm sorry, fellas.
Hey, Mama, appreciate you.
Mama Renee, how you doing this evening? How you doing? Got to give Mama one of them.
She just yelling at me because I wouldn't throw the chicken bones out. I threw the fries out.
Hey, Chris, I'm with you. I think I think Jake probably got some cowboy gear on up there. He
Yeah,
won't tell nobody.
Sound like
But say you had to really clarify there because you said a Patriots fan. I'm like, now hold up, which one?
well, we already introduced.
I'm outnumbered tonight. Yeah.
For
Hey,
once,
it's a rare occasion.
Hey, for once, I'm always being double teamed by these cowboy clowns.
Well, don't
Shout
worry.
out to
Well,
you,
I'm
Chris.
here,
We
and I
see
made
you.
sure that there was a first in a while.
Good. Cowgirls gear.
Man, y'all leave my team alone, man. We ain't hurt nobody.
Yeah, we know.
And not since I was born.
I know, right? Yeah.
Ain't heard a
See,
fly.
my oldest daughter's 29, and she asked me a couple of years ago, she said, Dad, has the Cowboys ever been good? I was like, you wearing diapers, dear. The last Super Bowl they won, she was literally in pull-ups.
Oh, no.
Now she's a mother of 2.
Oh, that's
Epic.
wild.
Yeah, no,
It's been a long
legit. The last time the Cowboys won a
up in
Super
here.
Bowl, I was about 2 weeks old.
Damn.
Man. Still ain't
Yeah.
grown. No, I'm kidding.
I
Still
mean, fair
in what?
point.
I said, still ain't grown. No.
And I went fair point.
Oh, man. Oh, mama, you're killing me alive. You're letting them know this. That's why I'm always surrounded by the nonsense. Thank God she's not like a diehard fan like she used to be. But even mama was.
Your mom's a Cowboy fan?
Yo, I grew up with this shit.
How that slide by me?
Because I don't.
Will don't want no one to know.
I don't tell them
that.
There's
Will,
certain
my brother
parts,
holding out.
There's certain parts of my childhood that I don't divulge live on. But yeah, man. I think I said it once briefly, but I mentioned that I grew up with somebody always being a Cowboys fan. She loves Emmett.
Stand right by me, man.
Yeah, she loved Emmett, and my very first favorite football player was Primetime. Always has been.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And then I grew up.
Then you grew up and realized.
Yeah, that we don't have to do this.
Salute to you, Paul. Shout out to you.
Look,
Wizzo in the house.
Yes,
Will, it
sir.
could be worse. She could be the triangle of crap, right?
She could be what now?
She could be the triangle of crap. She could be a Cowboys fan, a Yankees fan, and a Lakers fan, but at least she ain't that.
No, oh my God, yeah, no. She the rest of the teams, if she cares at all, it's Boston.
I think y'all kind of low key cut Colin my partner on the cool.
Who?
2.
No, 2 ain't no Yankees fan. He's an Angels fan.
Oh yeah, he missed by one.
2 of those 3.
If you take all 3, you're the pinnacle of front running. Like the pinnacle.
Oh,
what would it
man.
be? What would it be for hockey? Like for his age group, I think hockey would be like Detroit.
It'd be Detroit.
Yeah, for that time period.
It could be Colorado.
Yeah, for
Not
that time
really.
period, you're right. Yeah. Well, yeah, they had a run though. They had a run. And maybe like 2 years later, it'd be Chicago, baby, because they had a run too. But yeah, that's the trio. The trifecta of front running is Lakers, Cowboys.
Trifecta of front running.
It's that you could possibly maybe, if I really had to think about it, but this might be a stretch, throw the Penguins in there maybe, but I'm not really sure.
They had a little run. They've had 2 separate runs. They've had 2 separate runs. Yeah, the whole Lemieux era. But the Lemieux Yager era is me and Took were too young to like give a shit that much.
Yeah,
right.
Unless you grew up.
It was awesome, by the way.
It was unbelievable. I saw the clip. And then the Sidney Crosby era, by then we probably just grew out of watching hockey.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I was tripping. I was like, Sid, I heard him talking about him the other day. Like, Sid, Sid the kid like 30-something now.
Sid the grandpa at this point.
We've established the trifecta of front running in this opening segment, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed.
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir.
Put the whole trifecta of front running because that's gold right there.
But the laughter is not over yet. We got a funny clip to share with y'all. As some of y'all know, college football started this weekend.
For us, maybe. I'm funny for this motherfucker.
Shout out to Dale. He brought this to our attention.
Boom.
So whenever you get mad at a ref or say they get paid too much, remember this clip.
Straight to the nose.
That's crazy.
Also, who was he throwing to? Because
I see nobody in the frame.
Nah, because that low key be a backwards pass, wouldn't it?
Nah, that was you might have the wrong angle on it, but that's a
probably.
Yeah, if anything, it would be a grounding, like intentionally grounding.
It definitely should be intentional grounding. There's nobody, and I don't think he's outside of the box.
Right, and instead of intentional grounding, he got an attempted murder. So it's like that poor ref, man. Jeez,
Coach, I'm glad. Coach, we're good tonight. Will's carrying the funny bone. We're good.
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
We ain't got our court jester here, so I gotta pick up the.
He had me rolling backstage for 20 straight minutes, and then here we go here.
Yeah, I'm in a good little zone tonight. I had a good day at work. I had one client, so I didn't do shit at work. Yeah, I'm here to entertain. Are you not entertained?
It's a good day, not in Jerry's world, but in STWF's world.
How long was that red on the hospital for? Oh, the ref. Yeah, the ref. Yeah. Honestly, though, you don't get into the business without being tough. He probably got up, dusted it off, like put his nose back in place, and then continued to ref the game.
Man, those refs are a different breed, man.
Yeah, a lot of them used to play.
That's a good question, actually, to roll around for you two. Out of the four main sports, what sport do you think has the toughest referee? Baseball, basketball, football, or hockey?
Okay, we can start. We can go in reverse order. The softest are the NBA refs.
100%.
Oh yeah.
They might have the best cardio though, because they just run back and forth all day. But
I'm gonna give baseball probably 3, but it's because they don't get hurt because their dodging skills are mostly on point.
Yeah, now see, the home umpire takes more shots to the nuts than any other ref.
Because they're so in tune and focused on the strike zone that if the catcher misses and it bounces right back up, that one ref caught one to the throat. That's why they started wearing that long guard on the bottom of the chin.
So I will say no ref takes more trust in the players than the baseball refs. They have to trust, because that's a flying object that will kill you, and they have to trust that these are pros that aren't going to get them killed. Even as like a first base coach, you're trying to get near the line, you can get drilled. Like it's rough for them guys. Football, I would say, I gotta say, probably the toughest.
They can get ran over.
Yeah, trucked, like literally trucked and just trampled, and that's it.
It's almost a tie between football and hockey, because at least from what I've seen live at the game that I went to, the hockey refs don't really wear pads just like the NFL refs, but they do have a helmet at least. But they still get the shots thrown at them. They can get trucked just like the football refs. It's hard to pick between the two, but I've seen some NFL refs get laid the hell out. So I think I'll go NFL 1, NHL 2, baseball 3, followed by the softest refs of all that can't even make a correct call in the NBA.
I got a bonus clip for us.
Okay, fire away.
Just because it's funny.
This is why I don't come on the show, or why you guys don't allow me on the show. I always sidetrack.
No, this is perfect. Oh, wait. Nope, did it wrong. Can y'all see it? Nope.
No, I missed it.
That's my fault, because I picked the wrong thing. Here we go. Try to go off the cuff, and you make some mistakes. It happens.
What did Boozer do?
Just the greatest moment in sports history.
Boozer, strong move in the lane, and had enough.
He buried this poor man.
Let's
run that back right quick.
Did he get a T for that?
I think so.
Shot to the gut.
Yeah, he wished it was the gut.
Crawford's got a big smile on his face. He's taking that all right.
Oh, better angle.
Wristed that in.
All right,
he racked him.
Man, that better have been a Christmas game. That better have been a Christmas game, because his jingle bells got rocked.
Yeah. Right in the mistletoe.
Hey, this is comedy hour.
I'll be here all week, folks.
This is comedy hour. You're welcome.
Yeah. I'm here for the funnies. But yeah, when I saw that ref get drilled with a football, I thought of that immediately. The other time that I've seen a ref get lit up, so fun.
So speaking of fun, like we mentioned at the beginning of it, we got college football started. They had a couple of games this past week, but the big games are already starting up this week. Got TCU, Colorado, which is huge. I think it's already sold out, by the way. Prime making his Division I debut. And he's kind of coming back to his second home. What poll do y'all follow? The AP or the coaches poll?
I follow the AP.
I want to follow the AP, but I feel like coaches should know better.
The truth.
One would think, right? Except then we have coaches do dumb shit all year. So, yeah, I guess I check in terms of if you ask me what I cared more about where their rankings are. I care more about the coaches poll, but I physically follow the AP more because it's more readily available. I feel like
we can take a small peek at the both of them, but follow the main one.
Yeah, that won't hurt anybody.
We can do that. Let's do top 25. We can blow through real fast.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, people. We'll be here all week.
Absolutely. Let's see what we got. Break yourself, son.
I blame Coach
All right,
Lee
what we got?
for paying playing his ref boss.
What's that, Chris?
Yeah. Just accusing you of shit. I love it.
So, surprisingly, right off the bat, when you look at it, you got Iowa at 25, Tulane.
Yeah,
and
Tulane.
This is the AP poll. Tulane, which balled out last year.
They did.
Yeah,
but
they did.
Tulane ain't been shit my entire life, so it's so fun to see them up there, like, doing this
I
thing.
think the last time I remember them having a team this good, Sean King was the quarterback.
Wow, that's a name, huh?
Yeah.
You went back into my childhood to get that name.
Yeah, no. Tulane's one of them teams you do like seeing do good, so I'm with both of you on that one.
A&M at 23, considering all the money they pay their head coach
and players. I mean,
and players, yeah. But I would think, because if I'm not mistaken, they had a top 10 recruiting class this past thing. But then again, Jimbo's kind of been underachieving, considering what he's got available for him.
The hype around this man, even though I do like what he brings to the team personality-wise, any team that he comes to, they're going to get recognition and bring players in. So I like when a guy can do that, but I want to know how. I'm wondering how much longer this can last, him being able to just come in and with a name boost you.
Yeah, because name value can only go so far.
Right. They got to win.
Now, I think it was telling that during the offseason, they had to come out and say his job is safe. Normally, when they have to do that, then that means there's some discussions going on and stuff's getting leaked out.
That means Hulk Hogan calling for his job. Yeah, I mean, that's what that's about.
I'm gonna give him 2 years because obviously,
depending on how this year goes.
Yeah, that is true. And the only reason why I said that is next year you got OU and UT coming into the SEC.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: once they went to the SEC, their recruiting classes started becoming relevant again because they were using that as a selling point to get a lot of in-state talent. But guess what? Now UT is going to be in the same conference, and they're going to start taking some of that talent back that you was getting at first just because of name recognition of the conference you were in.
Right.
And you got to, and also considering OU with North Texas stealing some of that talent too.
Yeah. So if you're being realistic for the last 25 years, if you're being realistic for the last 25 years, SEC has reigned supreme. And yes, the programs have been good. There's been some great coaches in our conference. But the number one selling point before you even get to coaches and team prestige, it is, look, you're just going to be playing SEC games all year. And these are watched more. These are bigger games because of the conference. Well, we got other teams sliding in there now, which means you're watering the pool down a bit. You know what I mean? A lot of people coming in now. So this is going to be fascinating how this turns out. I'm worried. I'm not too worried because as a Gators fan, I've always, my team has always still been battling within state with Miami, Florida State. I mean, even FIU steals a couple guys every now and then. Like, So
UCF.
like it's always a battle down there. But I'm
it's enough talent down there for everybody.
Yeah, I'm a little worried because now some of these Texas guys that we could poach, we're not gonna be able to poach them no more.
And another thing too, because of the Charlie Strong connection with 2 coaches ago, we get a lot of talent out of Florida too now.
Sigh.
I like that.
I'm only hyped for Texas because it's your team, but also because I just want to see Arch Manning have a loaded roster and go nuts.
He's got to compete with freaking Quinn Ewers first.
I'm also about done with Alabama.
And I think that's the big one there. Yeah. I think they are.
I think.
Go ahead, Jake.
I think everyone's about done with Alabama, which is why the recruitment's starting to get more spread out.
Yeah, fair enough to say, because here's the thing. So as we see, we won't reveal it now, but Alabama, I think they're ranked too high, considering what we saw last year. And I didn't see a whole lot come out of their draft class. I mean, their recruiting class, during the off season. So this is another thing. Chris has said on his comments. He said the hell with polls. That's the thing about those polls. Those polls, they help them recruit. And these powerhouses is just a byproduct of those polls.
Yeah. Look at this baseball watching ass mofo.
Who is that? Oh, 2?
That's 2. Gotta be. He said Fuka's up.
Yeah, that's 2. Well, shout out, my man.
Watching a team he don't even like.
This man went to watch my team and missed the show. I don't even miss the show for my team.
So, shout out to North Carolina coming in at number 21. Mac Brown's still up there, right?
Mac Brown is where?
If I'm not mistaken. North Carolina. He went back.
I believe so. North Carolina, yeah. Whoever said, yeah, Anthony Price there's some validity to what Anthony Price just said, that they're only up there because of Drake May, but they tend to always have like a weapon or two out there too. So we'll see how that plays out.
Mac Brown is one of the better recruiters in the country.
Yeah.
Because when he got, again, I'm a reference back to my Longhorns. When he got there, the cupboard was bare. Because all the out-state talent was leaking out elsewhere.
I mean, UNC football is typically bare bones mostly anyway.
True.
And I was about to say the same. I was about to say the same thing AP said. I think this is just the Drake May effect for the reason that they're ranked that high.
I mean, haven't they been ranked in a few years even before Drake?
I mean, they were ranked with Hal, and then before that, it was early 2010s.
All right, so look, you get a quarterback, it's going to do it for you. That's fair. I think that's fair. Quarterbacks are important, and Drake making balls. So,
yeah, I'm about done. I'm about done talking shit about North Carolina quarterbacks, especially with what Sam Howell's about to do this year.
That's a bold prediction. We needed you on the show with the bold prediction.
Oklahoma number 20. I don't know about that one. They look real bad last year. They got a couple of studs,
but it is Oklahoma. They gotta pull it around. No, who's quarterbacking for them?
I think I don't know if it's a true freshman or not.
I was about to show how much I don't pay attention to Oklahoma. I was about to say, isn't it Spencer Rattler? I was like, no, he went to South Carolina, and I think he's out the freaking college game now anyway.
Is he?
Rattler?
I think so. Yeah, Spencer Rattler, because he went to Oklahoma and then transferred to South Carolina, and then I think his last year was last year.
Spencer Rattler is South Carolina still.
Oh, he's still there, right?
Yeah,
he's super senior.
Yeah.
He had
you at least 40.
Dude, that guy had so much promise, and they talked him up so much, and then he completely shit the bed halfway through the season, and then everything fell.
You know what did it?
Yeah, it was rough for him. What, not being good?
Bad out in the Texas OU game. That's when Caleb came in.
It was
rough.
bad. That was rough.
He was already on shaky grounds, I think, against TCU the week before that. but that just did him in.
Yeah, it was rough. Why TCU that high? They don't have nobody.
That's false.
Well, we didn't get there yet. So now we're on Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, they always are consistent.
Consistently
my opinion,
middle.
Some of the best offensive line comes from there.
Consistently mid.
That's what I said middle, but that's what I was saying. Yeah. Middle of the pack in terms of top 25, if that. Oregon State.
The Beavers,
right? Man, it's really tough to say because a year ago, or this year, I believe, actually, they lost their defensive coordinator, and he's a really good defensive coordinator. I forgot his name, and I should know because he went to Ohio State. He literally went to take that job at the defensive coordinator because Ohio State's defense is awful. So what they do on defense and who they replace them with, that's going to determine a lot for them because they were defensive heavy. They didn't really have much offense last year.
This is fair right here.
Brado?
Yeah. Is it
Trent Brado?
Yeah, I think so. Oregon State, because they will run the Pac-12. That's actually a fair assessment.
The Pac-12, as for right now, is about to be
until it dissolves. Yeah. So at one point they got 4 teams actually left that's really still in it, and I'm like, that is sad how that happened.
That's crazy. But we knew they were doing once USC and UCLA made their announcement.
I just wish they would still find a way that, even though, like, I'm fine with super PACs and everybody splitting them up like this, but just find ways to try to keep the in-state rivalries going.
Yeah, that goes a long way.
Just find a way, man, because those are big games, man.
Let's see. Can y'all see the poll okay? Is it big enough?
Yeah, it's I can read them. It's not like blurry. Oh, it's even better. Look at that.
It's even better. Okay, got it. 17 TCU. By the way, based on how they finished the season, they got in the national championship game, but they were surely outclassed in that. That's an understatement. They got beat the F up.
Yeah.
We were doing live coverage while doing a play call sheet as they were getting their ass whooped.
Yeah.
And that shit was over before the show ended. So, like, score wise, it was a done deal before we even finished the show.
I think after they went up 4 touchdowns, I had messaged Will and told him about it. He was like, "Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and break the news to you now. TCU is not beating Georgia. Game's over. Don't even bother watching the rest of it."
Yeah, save yourself some time. They also lost some. They lost some key players too. They lost
They lost their number 1 wide receiver in Quentin Johnson. They lost Max Duggar. I believe they lost their running back.
I think they lost the number 2 wideout as well. And then Duggar, and we'll see how they bounce back. Some of this is like, so this is like the earliest polls. So some of this is based on shit they did last year, and that's why we're getting some of these rankings.
I do want an opinion though. Which loss was worse? Was it TCU in the national championship game against Georgia, or was it UC absolutely getting trounced by Alabama?
TCU, they had a lot more than two.
Yeah.
Because they I mean, and it's unfortunate because and it's weird because when they lose, it's like, yep, that's what we expected. But the truth is they didn't believe that they didn't believe that all year. That's why they got there. And that's all they argued all year was we belong here. And they did until they didn't. And
that's fair enough, Will.
It's unfortunate, man, how that happens, but SEC built different, man.
Okay. But obviously he's supposed to be at the game on the night.
I can dig it. Georgia Tech should be number 1. Not even in the new NCAA game.
When was the last time Georgia Tech was number 1?
No. When's the last time Georgia Tech threw a forward pass?
Who the hell? No, I'm sorry. I don't think once in my life I've ever met a Georgia Tech fan. And I ain't gonna lie, the only reason I feel like this man right here is a Georgia Tech fan is just because Roman Reigns went there.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Is that true, Chris?
That sounds like a very Chris reason to have a that also sounds like a really Jake reason to have a favorite team, but
that's a damn lie. You keep no. I've never started a fight on this show, but today might be the day.
One time in band camp.
K-State at 16. Yeah. They are the Texas
again
Beavers.
They are another one of them. They are another one of them. Like Will said, it's just a very mid team, and you need mid teams to fill out the middle spots.
Yeah. This is a huge. We're not making a big enough deal for them. Kansas State being 16, that is a basketball school, fellas. That is a basketball school. First and foremost, I don't care the fact that they're in the middle.
That is impressive.
So for them to be in the top 20 in football, it gives me it's the same vibes as Tulane. Like this just doesn't happen for this type of team. Now it's been happening for Kansas State slowly sooner. Now they're more football than maybe Kansas is, but I still think Kansas State for the most part is more of a basketball school. I could be wrong.
Utah.
Remember Sproles and L. Roberson and them? I'm going down memory lane.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. Actually, so Oregon, best uniforms in the country, by the way.
Yeah, they're good. But they're good because they try so hard. Like that's a fucking quarter of their budget is on jerseys. Like
Chris, that's fine. I'm sure Georgia Tech can beat TCU any day, but I don't like TCU, so I don't know what that point's supposed to be at me for.
Bazanga! Now, number 14, Utah is very intriguing to me for two reasons.
Didn't they lose a lot?
They lost a lot, but they still got some horses there, and they did beat the brakes off of USC.
Yeah,
which I love.
So do I.
Frick the Bruins.
Oh,
well,
there is. If you're not a Utah fan, you get a chance to catch you a game. There's a young man on their team. You need to check him out.
What is happening in the chat?
What is chaos going on?
It's just one man of chaos. Oregon will lose most of that budget traveling to play Rutgers yearly. That's comedy right there. Bobby, that's funny as shit.
So there's a young man on the team, plays running back for them. Name is Jaquindon Jackson. Probably one of the most pure athletes I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
He was the quarterback for my Duncanville Panthers.
I was about to ask you, is he from Duncanville?
He is. He went to UT his freshman year. They tried to move him to it as an athlete. And then he transferred to Utah. He started off on the depth chart like third or fourth at quarterback. But it looked like he settled in at running back.
Is there a reason when I type in Jaquindon Jackson, the first thing that comes up is QB injury?
He got hurt in the he got hurt in the semifinal game of the state championship.
Oh, but was it bad or just
that's knee?
Ooh,
he returned the next year. But
still fast.
Yeah, he's a running back. He's 6'2", 228.
Yeah, I just saw that 6'2", 228, and he's wearing my number. I'll be watching this kid.
Brandon Jacobs. What's the number?
Number 3.
Number 3. Number. Same here.
Yeah,
that was my number in high school.
That's my shit right there. That's my number.
So check him out this year. I believe we're gonna see him playing on Sundays for somebody.
Yeah, that looks. I hope so. I can't wait.
So we got Notre Dame super hype.
Boo. Dude, it's Ohio State don't even got a rivalry with these guys. They're just a state over, and I don't know what it is. The only thing about Notre Dame that I like is the Rudy movie. Other than that, I can't stand the damn place.
So you didn't like them when they had Tony Rice,
nope.
Michael Stonebreaker?
Nope.
That's for your time.
Coach, he wasn't
Way
alive
for
when
your
they had
time.
those players.
That's why I'm saying no, because I don't know who they are. Look, it's literally I have not seen. I'm trying to think. Let's be real here.
No, so like
and
our
in
age group is like Brady Quinn.
Yes, I was about to say, in like my 20 years of liking college football, maybe more. I don't know. Well, I'm 27. Yeah, that's about right. 20 years of liking college football. I don't remember one good player coming out of Notre Dame besides maybe like two. And the only reason that anyone knew anything about Notre Dame as of recent was because of Manti Te'o. So
I knew the Te'o
it's
was
garbage.
I knew
It's
Te'o was
garbage.
Nah, they've had some solid players, but like, yeah, they've had a bunch of quarterbacks who did not work out. Who was the one after Brady Quinn, the kid who went to the Panthers?
Derek Anderson?
No.
I'm thinking the Browns. Sorry.
He was like a prodigy at one point, and then he was trash.
You got to say it right, Will.
Trash. It was bad when he ended up being. Oh man.
Jimmy Clausen.
Yeah, Jimmy Clausen.
Oh, he was trash.
See what I mean?
You're right. Dude, he was supposed to be the next greatest thing.
His hype was crazy.
Yeah,
and you could even see it in college though. Like, this is the guy. This is your man. Like, this is like,
bro. They rode him as hard as Skip Bayless rode Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, but Johnny was worthy of having that respect because Johnny went out on the field, put on a show, and made things happen constantly. Despite
his Heisman year, he balled out.
His Heisman year was unbelievable. He beat Alabama when no one was beat. He beat Alabama when no one was beating Alabama.
Yeah,
I got a video for you two to watch, and it was Merle Hodge explaining it. I think you guys might have already seen it today.
Explaining him or explaining Clowney?
Yeah. It was explaining Johnny Manziel.
Him and Skip Bayless.
He did not have a bad offensive line at A&M, and he made them look like they didn't block for him.
I mean, no, any scrambling quarterback, you're gonna leave your tackles, especially, out to dry sometimes. It's gonna happen.
And then he just throw that bitch up, and Mike Evans.
Fucking Mike Evans down there somewhere.
But see, all these things weren't these things until we saw later when we were like, oh, it was them. It wasn't really him. It was Mike Evans being nasty because he had a great career. It was guys like that. But don't get me wrong, I think he still could have had a chance. Also, if we're gonna talk about what ended him, my man was playing while having a drug problem, and he was doing all that shit. So grain of salt.
I'm
grammar code.
I'm gonna let all my sheep see the shepherd. I'm not wearing Cowboys gear. I have a Seth freaking Rollins shirt on. Leave me alone.
Oh God. Views we didn't need.
You're welcome. And yes, Will's already seen the bald head, Coach. Leave me alone. Don't at me.
So I gotta say, Jake said that Notre Dame hadn't had any good players come out of there.
Yeah, there's some solid ones.
Michael Mayer don't count. We don't know yet.
Nope.
According to Will, all rookies that come out of the draft are trash until proven otherwise.
100% stand on that.
You got Quinn Nelson.
Yeah.
And you got Zach Moore.
And that's
Look, I said two.
He did say two. That covers it. Well, we're done here, folks.
We're done.
and like but this year I got a chance to be proven wrong with Michael Mayer, and I'm willing to be wrong on him because I really do like the position of tight end. So I'm willing to see myself be wrong on that.
Injury prone though.
Yeah.
Next up we've got Tennessee. Now, how much did they lose?
A lot, but they got some coming in.
Now, I know you're a big fan of the quarterback that's coming in there now.
Yes, I am.
I am too.
What is that young man's name?
Lava something.
He's from Cali, right?
Nico Lava.
Hawaiian.
Yeah, he's Hawaiian. He's the man.
Sorry.
My man is playing Madden still.
I have such a hard time against the Dolphins. Leave me alone. All right, we're going back to like regular conversation.
My Longhorns coming in at number 11. I like that. Not too much pressure. They can settle in. But Sark he probably has to finish. He has to finish top 10 this year because they already some rumblings.
By the way, it's Nico Lamaleva.
Lamaleva?
Yeah, Lamaleva.
Now he probably does not start this year unless they already gave him the job. It's the other guy that I was okay. We were wrong. I wronged that. That was an accident. You're high on him. I'm high on the 6'5" athletic quarterback that they got. He's definitely not a NFL Cam Newton. He is a college Cam Newton.
Wait, there's a debate that college Cam Newton was better than NFL Cam Newton.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm. That's my point.
Oh,
I think the guy that'll probably start for Tennessee, who's about 6'5", 230, can sling the ball and also run. He's like college Cam Newton, not NFL Newton.
That is tall order. That's a Heisman winner.
And we will see. I'm telling you.
What's your guy's name? You said Will.
Mine is Nico
Nico
Lamaleva.
So he's second on the depth chart.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's not gonna start. He like, even if I think he's physically good enough to play like the game, but he needs like 500 more cheeseburgers and steaks. Like, my man is
he's a little light in the ass.
He's a whole he's 6'6", 195, bro. And that's being generous on Wiki. Somebody like lied, because I think that when I first checked him, he was like 6'6", like 180. And that's a quick way to get snapped in half.
And who's the number one, Coach? I want to see if it's the same guy I'm thinking of.
That'd be a shame if it wasn't. Have a good one, Chris.
Later, Chris.
Have a good night.
He said Ewers. Ewers is starting for Texas right now?
Yes, he is right now.
Okay, Ewers. However, I think we were talking about Tennessee at the time, but
you got to admit, Ewers was if he hadn't gotten hurt last year, they probably was about to beat Alabama last year.
It definitely a solid case, yeah, could be made.
He's got most of his offensive weapons back this year too.
All right, I'm gonna. Did you see who was that? No, wait, Coach. You said his last name was Jones or something like that. Who was number one on Tennessee's?
Yeah, he's a redshirt senior. His name is Joe Milton III. My bad.
Yes, that's exactly who it was.
Joe Milton. All right, I like this question right here. How much pressure is on Ewers before they want Arch in? Yeah,
tons of pressure.
Yes and no, because yes, because why not get him in there quick? But no, because why rush him if Ewers is playing? I mean, he just got to play the way he was playing last year. He built himself some equity. So if he just if he's playing horrible, yeah, like 4 games, bro. Like that's if that Arch is going to be in.
I will say that'd be some just served karma on Ewers' part for how he did Ohio State.
He didn't do nothing Ohio State.
Ain't nobody.
Yeah, he did not. Team, everybody. Okay, look, I knew. It's because Texas wasn't on the NIL bandwagon yet. Ohio was. He left there to get some money and forego his senior year. Everyone knew he was going back to Texas as soon as he was out of high school or that first year of college. Then he was going back to Texas. But at the same time, he had some Ohio State fans who aren't savvy to the idea.
Jake,
upset.
Jay, we got to have a convo on air about, because you've done this with Boza too, another play. Look, there's no loyalty from these schools, so I don't want to hear about loyalty from the player to the school.
I didn't have a loyalty issue. I said I knew what the fuck he was doing. I don't care.
Yeah, you care a little bit. That's why he was hating on him.
I'm not hating on him, but I also don't think there's a lot of pressure on him. Why would you want to rush?
No. You missed the part where I said you had this type of problem with Bosa.
Well, fuck him. Anyway, I said my main point here, because everyone else got to answer Will, is that I don't think there's a lot of pressure on him, because I don't think you want to rush Arch right into that starting role. I understand he's got the namesake. Agreed. The fans will want to see him go in there. But Ewers is a starter. The kid can play. He's going to have to seriously mess up or really suck to lose his spot off of 1 or 2 games.
Also, you're going to get some Arch games, because this team is a good team, Texas. They're going to blow some teams out, and you're going to see Arch come in. So it's not like you're never going to get to see Arch play.
Exactly. You're going to get
Arch is on 3rd on the depth chart right now.
He's 3rd. Maybe you won't see him. Damn.
There's a redshirt freshman, Malik Murphy, in front of him, who they also had a good spring and a good summer coming into it.
I don't like,
but I think eventually, I think Arch is going to be. He's going to be in there.
With my own eyes, he never showed up when he played good. You know who he looks like when he plays?
Eli.
No, he looks like Josh Rosen.
Oh, I thought we were comparing family members here.
Like that's the vibe I get, and
That's stinky.
That's stinky. It's okay for college though.
Yeah,
it's okay for college, but you need to.
They can probably cover up the warts.
He needs to be better than Josh Rosen by the time he gets drafted. That's for sure.
100%.
Here's the thing: Texas fans are like Cowboys fans. They're obnoxious and they're rabid, but they might, but double that because they go crazy because they donate so much to the university and they expect them to be in it every year.
It's like the Packers fans who own the team. I get that.
You got the Washington Huskies, number 10.
Also,
that's interesting.
Yeah, another one of those teams that
it is.
Really? That's high. That's nice.
But at the same time, they have
Bledsoe.
they've had some really good teams, and they've been.
Was Locker there?
Coach, hold up, wait. Didn't they make
the bowl?
A bid at the playoffs? One year they were one of the teams that made the playoffs, like in the first 2 years, right?
Did Jake Locker go there?
Correct.
Yeah, Jake Locker went there.
You mean Will Levis 1.0?
I'm not commenting. I'm not commenting on any more Will Levis stuff.
I hope he pans out.
What was that, Coach?
It
was.
He is not. No, he is not my guy.
Yeah.
It was Jamie's guy, and I was promoting him.
Yeah, promoting him with a list full of excuses as to why he fell off.
I just think that the dumbest reason that they had to hate on him was the fact he took a fucking mirror pic. This guy got in the mirror and showed off his muscles. He's obviously got an ego problem and blah, blah, blah. Oh, shut the hell up. Like, you've never taken a freaking mirror pic.
Well, the guys talking about that probably don't take mirror pics now.
It was freaking Colin Cowherd and freaking Skip Bayless.
Yeah,
like, shut the hell up, Skip.
Right,
you freaking like Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, that checks it out.
Clemson at number 9, Florida State at number 8.
Okay.
I do think that – that probably pissed Will off. I do think that Clemson's another dangerous team again. I think they're making their comeback.
Who is their quarterback still the Hawaiian kid?
Oh, the one that got pulled last year?
Yeah, which didn't go well for them.
Yeah. Who is it? The guy's name.
They got Hunter. I'm seeing Hunter Helms, Cade Klubnik, Trent Pierman, and Kobe Shaw. Why do I feel like is he gone? No way he's gone. I think he's gone, bro.
Wait a minute. Did he? I think he might have transferred.
It looks like it. He's not on this roster. Where'd he go, chat?
And by the way, Will, I'm sure that doesn't piss you off because you probably don't give two shits or a fuck about Florida State.
I hate Florida State. I do like some of their players, though, because I'm a Gator. Fuck Florida State.
I like Dalvin Cook.
Are you a big A&M fan? No.
He was.
No. Touche. Well, I got a dilemma, though, next year.
Yeah. Why is that?
UT fan, but in a group.
Guys?
No, shout out to Tasha, friend from college.
Yeah.
In the group. Her son verbally committed to A&M.
Oh, no. You couldn't lead him to the right path. No.
Yeah.
Coach couldn't.
I want to say he's the 2-time track champion, too.
Oh, that's going to be fun to watch. Well, look, we can root for the kid and just knock the team.
Coach never got a chance to. Coach never got a chance to sit him down and said, "Listen, son."
Have one of those real conversations like, "Listen, young man, Aggies are trash." That's what's up, though. Congrats on to that young man. I hope he kills him.
Penn State, number 7.
How? Am I missing something?
The ghost of Patino's coming back.
I hope not. Clapping sounds.
Yeah.
Now, God damn it! It's been one of those
shows. There's a whole lot wrong with that.
No. Hey, we were talking about that earlier about namesake only going so far. You could say that exact thing about Joe Patino. He had the namesake. He could recruit just because of who his name was, and then once they got there, they regretted it.
Well, but not for the reasons most kids regret going to a school. But
that was a play on words, Will, and
I know. What I will say is Franklin still there? Head coaching?
Yes.
James Franklin? I believe he is.
Yeah. So I mean, his name is carrying its own weight. It's not Joe Pa yet, but
no.
His
but
name
Franklin's
is
had some really good teams.
He's had some. I mean, he sent you guys your best player, coach. So
there's been within the last 4 years going to Penn State for Ohio State for a whiteout game has been absolute hell. I've been on the edge of my seat because the whiteout games are always at night against Ohio State at their home field. And I'm on the edge of my seat the entire game because the game, there's never a breakaway. No one ever goes up by 2 touchdowns. It's always neck and neck, and it's horrible to watch. But it's still great as a sports fan to love.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
They play tough. I like that.
So I love Big Ten football.
Number 6. It's like the only 2 teams that are good. No, I'm kidding.
6 USC.
Exactly.
Go ahead and smash these out. 6 USC, 5 LSU.
Yep.
Shout out to those Tigers.
Go Tigers.
4 Alabama. I think that's overrated, to be honest.
It's high, man. LSU should be above them.
Yeah. I agree. Ohio State number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan number 2, and Georgia.
Bullshit.
Georgia
number 1.
Michigan doing the name
Georgia
thing, man.
Number 1?
Georgia should be number 1. Yeah, I mean
Georgia should be number 1, but Ohio State should be in front of Michigan.
Allegedly. Stetson. I want to see how they respond after Stetson leaves.
Look, I'm not trying to be that guy.
Where's BC to go back to watching my Red Sox?
Look, the only reason Ohio State is not in front of Michigan is because right now we don't know who our freaking quarterback is. Michigan has a quarterback. They got a great defense. They got the suspension of Harbaugh taken away just for them to give him a 3-game suspension against Little Sisters of the Poor the first 3 games of the year.
That's what that is.
That's exactly what it was. They said, "Oh, we're going to make ourselves look good by giving him a suspension for buying that kid a cheeseburger. Hey, Jim, you sit down for the first 3 games. We got it against, Texas Institution State and California natives and the Ohio State nuns. Don't worry about it."
Said they're playing the Texas YMCA.
That's pretty much what it was, and it was just a suck me off. It was so stupid. That's why I fucking hate that school.
Tell us how you really
feel, Jake.
Look, you should seriously already feel the tension.
Where did the Wolverine touch you?
It's just like I don't.
Where
really
on the
know.
doll did the Wolverine get to you?
I don't really know who Florida and Texas's big rivalries are. I'm assuming it's A&M, and for Florida, it's Florida State. I would assume. So you guys know what it's like.
Absolutely.
It is Florida State. I think also the Miami.
Well, for us, we got 2.
Yeah, we have as well. Also have.
Yeah, that's A&M and OU.
We also have another one, which is it's more of a mutual respect in wars, but we go to war with LSU as well, constantly. Man, the SEC is just cannibals, man. So we beat up on each other bad.
Yeah,
so get ready for that, coach, because
it's definitely a cesspool.
About that time.
But I'm looking forward to it, man.
And then we don't consider them a rival. We just consider them little brothers from down south. But UC absolutely hates Ohio State for some reason. They decided to come up to Ohio State one year, and they got absolutely butt blasted. And it's like I don't know why the Bearcats hate the Buckeyes so much, but I think it's hilarious.
Yep. And I would
one thing I will say is,
I would say Jordan
all these, other than Will, all these other people who are SEC friends, namely the ones from Alabama and LSU, they were like, OU and Texas would never compete. I'm like, yeah, absolutely we'll compete. Why wouldn't we? We send a lot of talent to both those schools.
Right.
Matter of fact,
it just sounds like
LSU, I've been keeping y'all up to speed on it. You got the top running back coming out of Texas this year, and you got the top wide receiver coming out. Right now, he's ranked the number 1 wide receiver for next year's class. And that's the kid that just went off Friday night. I think he had like 7 catches, 283 yards.
Fun.
It sounds like some sour ass.
They play on the same team. They are Duncanville Panthers. Well, man, so that's college football. You know what they just showed me, man? We absolutely have to have a college football show.
Yeah, we might, because We just freestyle because we had not planned this. We pulled this up just for our viewers, so y'all can know how this happened. I pulled this up because me and Dale had a conversation pre-show about maybe we should do some more college stuff. So right when he said that, I pulled up just the top 25 list and we did an hour on it. So
we don't even have time to go over the coaches, so that might be next week.
Right. And we didn't that's with no research involved. That was just us having fun.
Freestyling.
Freestyling.
So, hey, and if this is a thing and we're talking college, Took, you better brush up on your BC knowledge.
Yeah, but why even talk about them?
So
I used to love the Eagles, but no.
Before we take our first break, we got to get this one topic so we kind of catch up a little bit. I know y'all gonna make it quick because it has no interest to you. I'm already pretty sure it doesn't. So we had a big trade that went down Friday. One Trey Lance was traded to my beloved Dallas Cowboys, and immediately. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, there was some fools overacting. Oh, Dak stays a number. No, slow down. Let's have the brakes on it.
I did that for fun. Because I know y'all. But
well, I know you just poking fun at, but it was some people that believe that crap.
Believe it? Yeah, that's crazy.
Y'all sound like the people that we are often accused of being just over the top with it. But then at the same time, on the other side of the spectrum, we had some people who were saying that in our group. I saw a couple of comments in there, but what I was saying in my statements is Dak should look over his shoulder, not because of Trey Lance. He should look over his shoulder the fact they even entertained that. I'm like, if he was the man and they're going to extend him out, and we saw Cooper can come in and he can coach you for 3, 4, 5 games if need be. They only carry 2 quarterbacks on the team, but they went out. And even though it was a 4th, and I think they got 2 4ths coming up. So it's an extra draft pick that they're giving up. But they got a kid with a lot of upside. He's only 23.
Bro, Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the league, and he threw a fucking tantrum when they drafted Love. So you go out with off the cuff because it came up and trade a 4th round pick for a guy with a lot of upside. Yeah, and you're not Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, you got some moments in the mirror ahead of you.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers has got mental problems.
That's irrelevant. I mean, that's fine.
He's a douche. He's a California douche.
Yeah, facts.
He's got a douche complex. I can't believe I said that on camera.
It is what it is, man. But look, the way I see this. This trade is and I know from your perspective is how you viewed it. This trade is way more about the admitting and understanding of a huge fail on the part of the 49ers front office. They are the real story here because they traded up. What was it? 3 first rounders or
3 firsts, 3 firsts and a 4th.
3 firsts and a 4th to get a guy and only gave him 4 opportunities on the field.
And that's the part that I had a problem with is everybody was calling him a bust, but I'm like, you can't call him a bust yet because he got hurt his second game of it when he finally got the keys to the car.
Here's the problem, though. If anyone knows what he's capable of better, it's them inside the franchise. Unless they're evaluating terribly and just for some reason super duper fell in love with Purdy, which is possible. Unless their evaluation is that much off, which again, I have to admit that they drafted him and gave up 3 rounds and are now backing out of it. They still, whether he was injured or not, before he was injured, they know what they saw. And then they know what they saw after he got a little healthier. So I don't know. I fault them for making the move to get him.
Yeah.
But I can't really fault them if they know what they have. And because why not keep him as a backup unless you know that he's just not it?
I want to just touch on a few things on this topic. I want to say that a few ways that the teams went about it. I think that they definitely overcompensated to go and get Trey when you didn't really know what you were getting from him because of the amount of games that he's played collectively anyway. It was like under 500 or something that they were talking about that cumulative games that he played. So you really didn't know what kind of quarterback you were getting, and you traded a lot just to get this quarterback. And I will say it's a little weird, but I don't really know exactly how to take it. But Trey Lance, when he found out about the trade, and he was talking to the GM and the coaches about it, he apologized to them.
Weird.
And I don't know, and they said he had nothing to apologize for. But I also want to give thanks to the Cowboys because when they picked up Trey, they told Will Grier, "You're getting released. You're playing the entire preseason game to show out." That was a classy move by the Cowboys, and I rarely ever give the Cowboys. Yep.
And
I rarely ever.
Grier went out there and put on a show.
Yeah, he did. I rarely ever give the Cowboys props, but they absolutely gave that man a chance. He went like 29 for 33, over 300 yards, 4 touchdown passes. He absolutely went insane. And
they gave him a good mix. They gave him a good mix of like some easy plays that'll make you look good, and then they let him take some chances too. Like they let him.
You saw who called the game, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
And that might be his calling.
Yeah. No, that was really cool by the Cowboys, and I'm going to finish off my small little tangent by, according to Will, Trey Lance is still a bust though.
Yeah, I mean,
right now, my bad, not bust, bum.
Yeah, we got to see it.
Yeah, right now, his body work says that until he proves otherwise. So you got to go with that notion.
Exactly, and I will also say to that point, we haven't seen enough of them. No one's seen enough of them.
420 passes combined from high school, college to
exactly.
pros.
That's not a good thing for the record.
Wasn't, not at all.
No. Right. That's a problem.
The only good thing is 420, but go ahead.
Yeah, that point I was making earlier, and I said under 500 games. It wasn't games. It was passes.
Yeah, which is worse.
But no. And I going to Will said, not saying that he's a bum, but it's like you really don't know what you're getting from the guy. He hasn't gotten a fair shake to really know what he is.
And what I always tell you is life in general is not fair, but also pro sports is even less fair. And he just hasn't played enough, man. Like, and though you could say, well, that's not fair, we need to see him play more. Yeah, but it's hard to get on the field against guys who have played. How do you automatically give him shots over guys who have played more football and already kind of look better?
Well, the thing was, that's not really what he was brought into San Francisco to do. They had Jimmy G for another year or two, and he was supposed to learn because he didn't have that much play time or passing, and he was supposed to learn the playbook and then come in and play.
Jimmy G got hurt.
Exactly. It wasn't his fault that Jimmy G got hurt. Exactly. And then he went down and Brock Purdy outshined him. It was literally, even though they're both a lot better quarterbacks, it was a Brady Bledsoe effect.
Here's what I got a concern with. I think there's a little bit of recency bias for San Francisco. I think they're getting too easy of a pass. 2 things. One, you got to remember the Shanahans, they will jack up a young quarterback.
Yeah, they will.
But his dad did it to RG3.
Right.
And at the same time, I got to look at, are they really the quarterback gurus that they pertain to be? For me, Purdy went out there and balled, but he came out during the season, did great. Now what is he going to do when he's the man out there now? How's he going to perform under that type of pressure?
I mean, under the first 4 games, after that, it was Purdy mania. Like after the first couple of 4 or 5, it was Purdy mania, and he was playing well leading up to the injury. But he was still playing great.
But
no pressure because
he was playing Cowboy homer by any means. I'm not been a Cowboy homer by any means.
Yeah,
but I got to look at from the aspect of that game against Dallas. That defense won that game for them. When they went into that game, they were averaging I think 31 points a game. They scored 19 points.
Well, against the team is good.
14 of those. Yeah, 14 of those was because of Mr. Prescott. He gave it up in the red zone.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're gonna have to lean on the defense a little bit. I understand what you're saying, though.
But I'm saying, do we think that maybe San Francisco might have pulled the trigger too early? I think they messed up when they announced that they kind of didn't want him. That definitely took away his trade value. And and the rumors that are out there that it wasn't just Dallas that pursued him. You had the Bills, the Ravens, and the Lions that was in on it as well. And those are all teams that are competing for championships. And for me, I always say, you'll see me going, I'm going to post it during the season, hashtag Will McClay I trust. If there's somebody, if McClay signed off on it, then there's more to it. They figured they can fix him if that's an actual thing. And I want to play something.
If he's even broken, we just don't.
If he's even broken, you're right. Fair enough.
Yeah, right. Like we don't need, like, that's the every comment we make about Trey Lance, you got to come back to the fact we just don't fucking know, and that's part of the problem. Like,
right,
it's not all his fault. He got a freak injury, but an injury still. And I do think letting them go was. I wonder if even that was mercy, because they're like, yo, you're not gonna get this job. It's Purdy's job now, no matter what. And maybe we can, and Purdy's as young as you are. So maybe we can move you to a place where you'll have a chance to slide in and actually play, because you're not going to play here.
And I got something for you. I'm going to play real fast. Let me see. I had posted this in the group.
Is that P. Scott? No, I'm kidding.
Who?
P. Scott.
Offensive yards.
Let's see if I can get it up here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, see it. Yeah.
Where did they finish in points?
It's about the 49ers.
Yep. That's exactly right. Never been that high before. Not under Kyle Shanahan. That 1 year, it's weird. You lost in 2 conference championship games, and you were good offensively.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't special.
Mm-hmm.
And yet there's this narrative that, well, just any quarterback can go in and win there because Jimmy Garoppolo did. Jimmy Garoppolo's been hurt almost every single year. And there's been a lot of Nick Mullins and CJ Beathard. And I hate to break 49er fans' hearts. Your boy Brock Purdy is way closer to the 2 names I just said than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, that's a hot take. I think he showed to be closer to Jimmy G than Nick Mullins and them. But
I mean, I believe them more.
Here's the thing: that team isn't really built to have a quarterback win you all these games. They're built around a guy like Jimmy G, which was built to play defense and run, and then pass when you can. So they're not. That's why he did. That's part of the reason he did so great. They didn't ask him to do a whole bunch. But even the little that they did ask him to do was more than Trey Lance showed that he could do when he had the chance to be out there. That's the other part. Like, you're right. You may be right. Maybe they're not quarterback whisperers, but because Lance didn't look great when he was out there. Now, again, 4 games, I get it. But in 4 games, he looked nothing like what Purdy looked for any of his 4 games.
That's fair enough.
Well, yeah. All right. Well, that's fascinating.
You know who else could have used Trey Lance possibly?
Who was that?
I think a Mike McDaniel could have done something with him too in Miami if Tua went down.
Yeah, he'd be a solid backup. Yeah, solid backup for Tua.
I can see that
because it's another team that's stacked all around. That all they need is just a guy that can get a ball from point A to point B.
They already have too much equity, like, invested in that offense now, though.
Get it? Now, my man probably gonna get mad at me. I'm not on the Dak bandwagon.
Yeah.
So my bad too. You probably gonna hate me after this statement, but I like the trade for the simple fact it shows me that they're just not staying put.
Yeah.
It's not just Dak or bust. Because Dak, to be honest, I know he's been hurt. He got hurt in 2020. He got hurt. I don't think he was healthy last year when he came back. But you got to start looking down the line of he's going to put up all these great big numbers. At what point in time do you cut bait?
I think this trade tells Dak more than anything. It tells Dak, yo, bro, you're our quarterback, yes. That's why we didn't go out and get a guy that can compete right now. We got a guy that we can groom.
You got a contingency plan.
You got it. Your contract is what it is. When that next contract comes up, you better have been so much better than this guy behind you. Otherwise, the other guy behind you is going to be the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Because, we're not going to keep doing this.
I'd also like to add the factor into that Dak's not getting any younger either.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be 32, I think. 30. No, he's about to be 30.
About to be 30. And, look, 30
and
is
he's
not.
55 or 59 million next year.
It's that part. It's that part because 30 is not old at quarterback.
Right.
But It
It's
is
the compensation for what you get.
Well, 30 years old for when you need to get $58 million, and you have what one playoff win?
2.
Oh, yes. Oh, look at you.
And I
I
also
would say
want
it's 2.
Will,
I think it's 2
I'm not
and 4.
Yeah.
Will, I'm not bucking up against your statement about the quarterback's longevity in the league, but unless you are anywhere from I would go on ahead and say like a Ben Roethlisberger, Eli Manning level to a Tom Brady level, most quarterbacks fizzle out after 34.
Yeah, but that's still 4 more years he'd have, and that's a whole other contract he'd get. They're trying to tell him, look, you're not even going to get to that next contract unless we
see something.
Right. So like that's where
I don't think he has the pressure to where he has to win a Super Bowl, but he's got 2 things. He's got to help them get to a conference championship game at least.
At least that, yeah.
And he can't be the reason why they don't win it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last two playoff games, he's been the reason why.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's not like they don't put anything around him, because Zeke was good at the beginning when he had him because they came in together. Tony Pollard rolled around. They went out and got him CeeDee Lamb. Michael Gallup, like Will said, hasn't been,
solid.
that all-star wide receiver, but he's solid. It can do the things. The defense, the Cowboys defense, whether anyone likes to admit it or not, are always anywhere above mid to really good.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't have an excuse not to go out there, because the defense will carry you. You just got to score the touchdowns.
That's fascinating. I look forward to seeing how the Cowboys play this year, especially Dak. It's going to be interesting. He got some weapons now.
Well,
hopefully, Coach
if
turned this topic
right,
around just to make me fluff the Cowboys. I hate it.
Yeah,
professionals, man. But hopefully, we'll get to see it in person.
Yes, I hope so. Working on it.
Will, you did that on purpose too. Coach had just watched Ahsoka. He was doing his Jedi mind tricks.
It's not the droid you're looking for.
Which is off the chain, by the way. That's a whole nother topic.
It is. That's a convo we're gonna have to have after the show, because I got some issues, but I got some things that I love too.
Yes,
I ain't watched it yet, but I'm still up for the conversation.
So we're going to take a quick first break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to take a look at, just hang around to find out what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah,
We'll be back about 15-20. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's cornerback Delvin Breaux here from your favorite team, New Orleans Saints. I just want to go ahead on and give a shout out to STWF Media for allowing me to come on and talk about my testimony, my story, and also talk fantasy football. I just want to say thank you, man, for the honor. I appreciate you, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight at 7:30 Central Time. Bro Show out.
Welcome back to the Play Call Sheet, man. That was a hell of a first segment. We talked college football, top 25 in depth. We talked about the Trey Lance trade. So, man, so far we rocking and rolling tonight. So let's look at something that's big that's going on right now. And we do have the ability to the live roster updates. So the last preseason games were yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So right now it's what we call cutting season. So far, anybody right off the bat that you thought was like surprising that they got cut? It can be somebody from y'all, your favorite team.
Oh, damn. I should have brought up a list, because I definitely was thinking about this, but I forgot. Let me see. I did have a list. Where'd it go? Oh, you okay?
I was muted. I saw one on Twitter. Veteran wide receiver Kiki Kute. I saw he got released. I thought that he would definitely make a roster. I just forgot who he was playing for.
Oh, I hate the CBS links. They always bring you to a video you don't want to watch.
The one that surprised me was where Arizona did when they cut Colt McCoy.
Yeah, but it doesn't surprise me too much. Actually,
that's tanking for Caleb.
But that's also I hate to say this, and it's only because I don't know. I feel like, Will, I think me and you had this conversation. Caleb Williams has not made the decision to declare for the draft, and most people know right away when they're going to declare. He doesn't want to get stuck in Arizona, so he might play college another year. he has not declared nothing or even made any inklings about I want to go to the NFL this year.
Yeah, it's real easy when that NIL money is on the table, but at the same time, he also got a fancy new weapon this year that he might want to play with for more than 1 year.
And he did come out today, either today or yesterday, and he said that he believes that when college football comes out next year, the players should be heavily compensated for it.
Oh, he's going to want to be there for that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
That's the tea leaves I read into that.
Absolutely. Going over some of these cuts, just looking at the teams. Carolina cut Damiere Byrd, who's been their special teams guy for a couple of years now, I think. That's not too shocking, though. You got to adjust and become more than just a returner, unless you're the best returner, like Devin Hester.
I was about to say Devin Hester.
Who else we got? Oh, that was one that got me. Alex Leatherwood, the offensive lineman for the Bears. Just because of the whole big deal that was made about him, and then he ended up he bombed, man.
And PJ Walker, wasn't he with Carolina last year?
Yeah, I thought he was going to make that team, honestly.
I did too.
Anthony Schwartz, because of injury, the Browns let him go. He's one of the fastest guys in the draft a couple years ago.
Get out of town. They got rid of him?
Yes, they dropped Schwartz.
Wow.
They weren't using him, but part of them not using him is that, like, he had a lot of catching up to do because he was mostly just a speed guy in college, but he was really fast. So he had some catching up to do, and he couldn't do the catching up because of the injuries. Not unlike Trey Lance, couldn't catch up because of the injuries.
That is wild, dude, because I remember when I was heavily supporting Baker and they drafted him just for Baker. That could be a reason, too.
We talked about Will Grier earlier, which is it would have been surprising, period, but it's less surprising because they went out and got Trey. But still, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like a guy who played that well in preseason and showed to be a solid backup at times. Like, but
he won't clear. He won't clear.
Hopefully he's not
waivers. No, there's somebody will scoop him.
Hopefully he's not on his way to Arizona.
Could be. And then it's not on here, but the rumors is Bossman Fat's going to get cut, and Kevin Joseph, and Jabril Cox, linebacker from LSU. Also with the talk of them still looking to trade Taylor, I'm surprised the Colts cut Kenyon Drake. They have other backs, but they got the rookie Hill, but still, I just didn't think. I figured they might have kept him on. Oh, they cut my guy Tease Tabor. Here, let me just stop looking at a list by myself and show you guys what I'm looking at. Yeah, Tease Tabor, former Gator great. What's he got? Nothing here. It's too shocking. If y'all see a name as I'm scrolling, let me know if you think that's crazy. None of these. Bad so far, but I don't think. I think the closer we get, then you're gonna see the hard decisions being made.
Right. The harder ones are coming like this week, right?
Yeah.
Let me see what we got here. Nothing too crazy. I remember Kiki Kuti. He was supposed to be nice.
Yeah, because I think
Texans.
I brought him up earlier.
That's you. That's you talking about Kiki Kuti. Okay, yeah.
So actually, this gonna probably happen tonight because it shows 53-man rosters have to be done by Tuesday by 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I do have a question for Will.
Yeah.
Do you think that?
No.
I'm sorry. I just laughed at something.
James Robinson.
Do you think that Malik Cunningham makes the roster?
In some way, I think he has to. I think that's part of why they tried him out at wideout, because they knew they probably weren't going to carry him necessarily as a quarterback, but now he can be your emergency quarterback.
Yes.
And special teams and stuff like that, I think they can play him in those spots.
I don't think Trace makes it. They are obviously keeping Zappe as the backup, Max obviously the starter. I think trying Malik out at wide receiver was not smart. I think he was better suited at the running back. But he as emergency quarterback would fit very nice and would give different looks to other teams. I just didn't know if they also said Trey Flowers, who we wanted to bring back, is also on the chopping block for the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't know about the running back part because even though he can run and he can take the hits, he's still too slight to line up back there and just take a shot. You don't want that. Like, running backs take the hits, the on hit, like they take clean hits. Whereas at quarterback, when you're running, you have more opportunity to evade. You're not always facing the big uglies when you do get hit.
So you're saying he ain't beefy enough?
Yeah, he's 188, I think, still. So like that's not. I mean, I weigh more than that. That's not good.
Bro, I think everyone on camera does. Let's not act like under 200 pounds is easy for any of us because I'm sitting at 252.
Yes, but the thing about none of us on the camera none of us are 6 feet. So like,
right.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm a very gracious 5'9" on a good day at 252. According to the health chart, I'm morbidly obese.
With your good shoes on.
Welcome to the club, brother.
Yeah, we are here. Big Man's Anonymous.
Tuke's probably the most fit out of all of us, being honest.
Yeah, it's all that weed.
Smoke weed every day.
That's my guy. Yeah, again, yeah. So it's still early. I don't see not a lot of shocking cuts, but
Ooh, how about that?
Not a lot of shocking cuts, but a few like, okay, we'll see. I think when we do that exact topic next week, we'll be like, yo, this guy got cut. That's crazy. They cut Dak. Who thought that was going to happen?
I know, right? One notable name that did get cut, well, kind of notable. Cade Warner got cut from the Bucks today. Kurt Warner's son.
Huh. How old is he even?
He's a rookie.
I'd say he's a rookie this year, I thought.
He'll have some time to get better. Yeah, time to get better.
Probably clear waivers.
Yeah. Go play in the CFL maybe.
So yeah, so be on the lookout. Like I say, the deadline's tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check out your favorite team. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be posting updates within the group as well. And then our last topic for the night, we're gonna power through this bad boy. This is the fun one. This is the fun one. I know y'all all love for this one.
We got drops. Did you get them all? Because I got to do the other two that you don't have.
No, I didn't. I only got those two.
So you got South and East.
South and East. You can take control of those.
I'll do them all. Okay, here we go. We ready? We ready to go?
Ready to fire away.
Let me see the order I want to do it, man. I'm gonna do the best one last. You know what that is.
Absolutely. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah. I learned from the best, man.
The AFC South. The AFC South.
So, AFC South bold predictions. Did you have a link for this? You can pull up the link part if you want, if they had one, or are we just gonna do our own?
I got it. I got you. I'm put it up right now. Right now. That's how you do it, bad boy.
I gotta get a soundboard. It's gonna be trouble when I do, though. I think we all know that. So it's gonna be trouble when I get a soundboard.
Okay. There we go. AFC South. No, did I do the right one? That's the South? Nope.
Yeah, it's the West.
Damn it.
Nabbit.
It opened up another thing on me. There we go.
Oh, yeah, I hate when that happens.
There we go. AFC South bold predictions.
You gotta read the whole passage to see what the.
Are we also giving our predictions?
We could do that.
Yep.
We're gonna see what they. So what the first one says. So the first one is Houston Fields much improved offense. That's a bold one, yeah. Sorry, Miss Maria, I just don't see it.
Was already for their own shots.
They cut one of their leaders in tackles today from last season.
That's weird.
Which is kind of surprising.
So yeah, I mean, I think Houston. I think they can improve upon having Pierce at running back. Obviously, they have the quarterback who they believe he's going to be at least the quarterback of the near future. Will he be the quarterback of the future? That's yet to be seen. He didn't look really great in preseason, but again, that's early. It's just preseason. He looked like he somewhat at least belonged. He didn't look comfortable. That was my thing. He didn't look as comfortable as I wanted him to look.
Nah, it's definitely gonna be a learning curve for him.
Like, I don't mind if you're not great in preseason, that because the stats and what actually happens doesn't mean a lot to me. But you gotta look like you're comfortable in there. For example, we talked about Sam Howell. Howell looked comfortable in the pocket, make decisions. They didn't all work, but he looked comfortable. So that was just a random from the preseason guy who was playing well. So yeah, we will see. I'm interested. I'm rooting for Stroud though. You know, Ohio State guy.
Take it from the guy who watched him for 3 straight years. Stroud is good. Stroud is great in the regular season, but if you guys ever make the playoffs, get ready to see a quarterback crumble because that's what he does in the big moments.
Again, I mean,
I like Prescott.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It must happen when you go to Texas, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
The only issue that I really have with the Texans is the fact that the best player on their team is a lineman. They need to get better if that's the case.
At skill positions, yeah.
Who's Tunsil?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say Pierce,
one of the best offensive linemen in the entire league.
Yeah, I think Pierce is a beast.
Yeah, shout out to Unc. He called that last year.
And Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I knew all about that man because he went to a certain school. We won't mention that.
That's true.
Yeah, certain Southeast school that I'm privy to. I
got a question for you though. What you think Schultz gonna do down there?
Who?
Take a paycheck.
Oh,
he gonna catch a rock and fire that.
Yeah.
He's exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna catch a paycheck and then fall.
Yeah, I'm over it. I don't even want to get there. I don't believe in the man. Not yet. Number 2, Anthony Richardson dominates with his leg. It's not even bold. I mean, that's just
understood.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what else. The bold prediction would be like he's going to dominate with his arm. That'd have been bold.
Yeah, that would have been bold.
Did you guys see that stupid, funny little clip on TikTok?
Night, mama.
Some guy walked up and it had a caption, when you run into a Colts quarterback at the convenience store and they were at Kroger's or whatever, and they walked up and it's a video and it showed Anthony Richardson, and then it fans back to the guy and he goes, Peyton Manning. I freaking lost it.
But yeah, I think, he's going to have to evolve into a passer. He definitely could go for 1,000 yards. The thing is that they're going to need to come up with a system where they let him do that. It looked like in preseason that they weren't running that many plays to get him into those situations as if they're really going to try to force the issue of him trying to pass. So that's going to be fascinating to how they handle that. But, you know,
the only thing that fears me about him is I hope he don't get caught up in the power struggle that's about to occur there.
You think so?
Between the GM and the owner. You got to remember, this is the same organization that brought a guy in that was a commentator. Granted, he's a former player, all-pro, Ring of Honor up there.
Yeah.
But they brought him in with little to no head coaching experience. Yeah. I don't think the GM would have signed off on that. That says, was it? It ain't Polian up there. What's his name?
Nah, what's it? Fuck. The guy who's always in trouble. How did I forget?
He is always in trouble. He had drugs and hookers in the car.
Which is great. Ursay. Yeah. Ursay. Which is great if you're just, not an owner of a team, but not as good when you're a public figure. The Ursay situation is crazy. We'll see what happens. But I think Anthony Richardson he's so physically gifted. He's going to have more rope than an average quarterback not playing well. So we'll see how that goes. We are
So
not
the
going to
bold-
get into
the 3 bold predictions for the Texans is their offense improves 16 plus places in EPA per play. Xavier Hutchinson becomes one of the steals of the draft, and Houston's O-line finishes the season as a top half unit.
I can see all of those things. I can see some of that happening. Yeah,
especially number 3. You got Tonsil out there, and you got Shaq Mason. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, Shaq Mason. We moved on from that because we had a good replacement. Now he's hurt.
Right. The Colts. Richardson rushes for 1,000+ yards. Rodman looks like a Pro Bowl left tackle in year 2. And Taylor remains a Colt all season long. That one is a little harder.
That is super bold.
Yeah,
that's pretty bold because he wants out in
a bad way.
Yeah, he's been yapping about
between
things.
13 and 15 million a year,
and he's not gonna get it anyway. I don't think so. That's fascinating, huh? Probably for the best. It's definitely a thing that I'm surprised they let it get this far, knowing that he would be so helpful to their quarterback.
Now, the one for the Jags, these first 2 don't look like bold proclamations. Trevor Lawrence finishes the season with a strong all-pro case. I like the growth he took last year.
Yeah, I did too. Even though there was bad times, I still think he started to look like who we thought he was supposed to be.
Because
the thing is,
that first year, even though he had your boy,
Urban,
he did. He was starting. He looked a little shaky, but I equated that to who his coach was at the time.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, I like number 2.
I picked him up last night.
Coming in with an axe to grind. He's gonna be a number 1 again. Coming in with an axe to grind, trying to show the league that it was a mistake or whatever. But because he was right at the curb of where, if he had played last year, he's a top 5 receiver. That's where he was getting to that point.
He's the reason they cut Julio.
That and a whole lot of washing up. But they were allowed to move on because they had a guy. And he was, I think he's going to do great. And mind you, he was doing all of that with a good quarterback, but an aging Matt Ryan. Where now he has a young stud throwing him the rock. I think he's going to have a phenomenal year.
See, and that's my thing about this Jags team is that I feel like because of what division they're in, and they're going to go 6-0 this year. I don't care how unpopular that is. They're going to go 6-0 this year. Calvin Ridley's going to finish over 1,000 yards easy, and Trevor Lawrence, because of this division, will also look like an MVP candidate this year.
The division is pretty bad. It's probably the 2nd worst division.
Yeah.
Behind the NFC South.
Yeah. All right, we got Trayvon Walker finishes with a sub 70 overall PFF grade. Are they saying he's not going to be great?
For a first overall pick, I think they're kind of And
I think
got
he's going to show out.
Potential.
I think he'll show out. That team's good enough around him.
This is a very confusing team. The Tennessee Titans. I have no idea what the hell they're doing.
Super weird. Yeah.
Besides just be ass.
Except they are ass. And they got a great head coach. I like Vrabel a lot.
I love Vrabel
considering
too,
what he's got.
The last 2 years, I've wanted Ryan Day's head off, and I wanted Vrabel to get sick of being in Tennessee and come back to Ohio State.
Vrabel got Jake disease though. He's too loyal.
Yeah,
he's too loyal that players, coaches who may need to go, a franchise that may need him to just leave so everyone can move on. He's so loyal, and coming up in that Patriots system, I just think, I think he needs to make some moves. But look, they went out and got another quarterback high enough in the round. It's weird what they're doing.
You got 3 quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks.
Yeah, they don't have one. They don't. So Tennessee's O-line remains bottom 10 unit. You wouldn't know it by the way that man runs. Imagine if he had a great line.
That part.
He getting too old for this shit. I mean, they're paying him, but he's getting too old to be having to do this. Arden Key leads the Titans in pressures. I can see that. That's not crazy. Oh, back issues. I need me a massage.
All right, Deshaun.
So how do you think that this division? How do you figure that this division finishes up? If you had to go 1 through 4.
Jags 1. Who cares about the rest? I mean, I think it's gonna be Jag. I think Jags 1. I think the Colts can sneak up to 2. Tennessee 3. Texans 4.
You're gonna call me completely crazy, but I am going Jaguars 1, Texans 2, Titans 3, Colts 4.
Colts 4, huh? Fascinating.
I got Jacksonville 1.
They've lost everything.
Houston 2, Colts 3, and Titans 4.
He said, "No couch for me tonight, brother." He said, "Y'all ain't gonna play me like this."
Man!
All right, so with that said, you know what time it is. It is who we gonna do? Both interesting. I think we'll go here next.
The AFC West.
It is the AFC West.
AFC West, my friend.
Coming at you live.
When I was trying to get up there.
My man,
AFC West. Boom, boom. There we go. AFC West. Whew. Right off the bat, Denver bounces back.
Fascinating.
I can see that.
There's always, it's weird. They always give you 3 up here, but then there's 4 teams. I don't understand why they do that, but we'll move on. Sky Moore breaks out. I called this already at some point during our preseason build-up.
It's true.
That
you did.
They've replaced. He was breaking out. He was playing last year, playing well. He just didn't get on the field a lot because they had Juju and other guys. So
Tony.
I think Tony and Sky Moore are gonna have good years if they can stay healthy. I think Sky Moore is more likely to stay healthy, actually. Tony's always hurt. I love the guy, but he's always hurt. So they don't need anyone there to be elite at receiver. They do not need that. They need them to complete big plays when the opportunity arises on one-on-one coverage. They just need people to take a little pressure off of Kelsey, and that's all. They got Pacheco back there who's run like his hair is on fire. That they're gonna be good, and Mahomes is the wizard, so they're gonna be fine.
People for whatever reason forget that KC kind of does lightly have a 2-headed monster at that running back position because Hilaire's still there.
I like Hilaire, but he's frustrated because he can't stay healthy either, and he's also not quite. He's good because of the system. He's not as good as people thought he was going to be. But it is a 2-headed monster. And then Justin Herbert paces the NFL and PFF grade. Okay. Yeah, well, we talked about this. He could throw for 5,000 yards. He could throw like 600 passes, 700 passes, and I wouldn't be surprised. It's Kellen Moore. It's Kellen Moore with a caddy now, or Ferrari, whatever you want to call it. And he's gonna gas it up every time he can.
That's true.
All right, so we go to the 3 individuals.
What? Hell no.
Hey, look, to be fair, we can't hate on them when they finally do make a bold prediction because a lot of these have not been that bold. This fucking is bold as shit. Wow, what
based on what we saw there last year.
And then also, all the receivers are like injured again already.
Yeah,
yes.
they are.
They're all getting hurt. Sutton's hurt. My man Judy's hurt. They let go of Hamler.
Those two just can't stay healthy.
Nah.
Yeah, it's annoying too. But I said this. I love Judy coming out. I don't think I was on the show leading up to his draft, to the draft that he was in. But I love Judy coming out I thought he was the best route runner in the draft, created space, has the speed. What I did say about him, and it seems like a weird thing to say about players, but I've seen this with certain guys. He runs too high. His pad level when he runs is he's way too upright, and that can lead to injuries. Now, the funny thing is that he hasn't gotten the type of injuries that running high gets you, but he still gets hurt. So I was on, but I was right, even though I was wrong, but I was right. AFC Championship game. That is whew. Especially out of that division, like coming out of there with the Chargers and the Chiefs. That just seems whatever. Denver signs a veteran running back before week 1.
Who's available?
Nobody. The two guys that
Fournette's still out there. Fournette's still out there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's about the only one I think because Zeke and Dalvin are gone.
Yep.
And number 3, Marvin Mims leads the team in receiving. What I just said before, what we talked about, could pan out because they're always hurt. Yep. Jerry Jeudy is one of the best route running separators in the NFL. Yes, but he's always hurt. Always hurt. Sutton the year before Jeudy got there, Sutton, I've never seen a guy, honestly, aside from like Jerry Rice, and I'm not comparing him to Jerry Rice. I'm saying I've never seen a guy like other than Jerry Rice somehow burning people with mid-level speed. Like he was burning dudes down the field wide open, and he's not the fastest guy at all. Like he's not even top 3. Like I don't think top 3 fastest guys in his own receiver room. So, but he's never healthy as well. So they say Mims has the skill set of Tyler Lockett. I like that comparison.
A good comparison.
Kansas City Chiefs. Here we go. Sky Moore finishes with 1,000+ receiving yards. Woo! Okay, we're getting back into the bowl talk.
So does that mean Patty's throwing for 5,000?
Nah. I mean, it means what it means is that aside from Kelsey, this is probably going to be the number 1 guy he finds, even more so than my guy Tony. And I think they're also considering that Tony be hurt. Right?
Yeah.
Says it at the bottom. Tony consistently dealing with injuries. Yeah. Trent McDuffie has an elite season at cornerback. Yeah, I can see that. I do follow the Chiefs just because I like Mahomes, and now they got my guy Tony, but I like Tyreek Hill when he was there, and Nicole Hardman when he was there. There's certain guys that I just like to follow, so I follow the team. And McDuffie was a good corner. You could see him getting better and better every game. The Chiefs don't win the AFC West. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's bold. I think they will. But yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't, aside from they lost some things, but not a lot. Raiders, Josh McDaniels doesn't make it to the end of the season.
That's not bold at all.
I don't know. Bold or not, it's fucking hilarious. I know that. Number 2, Jacorian Bennett is Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate. Ooh, that's fascinating. And number 3, yeah, I know. Number 3, the Raiders are vying for the number 1 overall pick. No, that sounds.
What up, Dominique?
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. What we got next? We got
That's bold.
So y'all better not pick the Broncos. What's it say? The Chargers will be healthy this year. Rough. I can hope so. I always rather teams be healthy than not. That's how we get the best product.
Right.
Justin Herbert leads the league in PFF grade. Like I said, he could throw 1,000 passes this year. It's possible. So yeah, it wouldn't be too shocking. And the defense still doesn't improve. Also, not that bold. So that is the AFC. Oh, West. That was West. So who are we gonna do next? What was that?
Who's your pick in order for them?
Oh, right, we gotta do that. Order. Chiefs 1. Just because of coaching, I'm gonna give Broncos 2.
I'm with you so far.
Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers, Raiders.
I picked the same way. Okay.
Yeah.
Time to make some shocking developments here. I'm going Chargers number 1, Chiefs number 2, Broncos number 3, Raiders 4.
Okay. Chargers with that. With that coaching, rough. I just don't think he's a very good coach, man. I don't think they got great coaching up there, but
I don't either. But I am I hate being like this, but I'm way too high on the Justin Herbert type of quarterback. And I understand that Patrick Mahomes is the other guy on the opposing side that's going to be going for that West title as well. But I think Justin Herbert's ready to take that next leap of, I'm an elite quarterback just like you, Pat. Let's have another battle.
I can see it. I can see him losing it, but I can see it.
And all he's got to do is beat the Broncos twice, the Raiders twice, which is very doable, and beat Pat once just to at least have a chance at that.
Yeah. Yeah, beating those other teams is definitely doable for sure. All right. So that's the AFC West. We all got our picks in.
Yes, sir.
And you know what time it is.
The AFC North.
I don't even want to talk about this.
Well, you're gonna have to, son. Listen.
I get called a Bengals fan, and I'm clearly not.
It's okay.
You get those vibes though.
Coach, that'd be like you for whatever reason being a Falcon.
Just don't make sense.
No. What it would be like is him being a Texans fan if we're gonna make it 1-1. And you know, he doesn't not root for the Texans because he's not stupid.
I got it. I'd be like, "Go Texas."
The only time of the year that he can not rock with the Texans is if they get Dallas, because she has to understand that.
She gotta hate. Just like my kids when the school they went to was a rival of my high school. I always cheer for their success, but I always told them, "I hope you do well, but your team got to
lose." I will take y'all all out for ice cream when y'all lose. Don't worry. All right, so what we got here? We got Lamar Jackson will set career high PFF passing grade. Ooh, that's boldish, especially because he only added really.
Monk ain't gonna make that much of a difference,
huh?
Monk is actually gonna make that much of a difference.
I think it's more than Monken. I think it's Monken. I think
the better way.
I think OBJ isn't gonna be 1,000-yard receiver, no, but I think he could be an 800-yard receiver with like 7 to 8 touchdowns, and that will take pressure off the tight end, who's for some reason I forgot for some reason at the moment.
Mark Andrews.
And then also, again, I know it's just preseason, but I loved how Flowers looked in when he was on the field. He was doing.
I like how he looked.
A BC kid, right?
Yeah, BC. Yep. And he's looking real good right now. So, with that said,
I'm glad he let that slide.
What?
Yeah, I said I like how he looked at Madden too.
You and your goddamn Madden takes. And so with that being said, with those players looking the way they look already, and then so mind you, I just named 3 different things offensively that I like that they're doing moving forward, and didn't even mention Bateman or Duvernay, who are still their veterans getting better every year. Can they stay healthy is the question.
And the diamond in the rough, Isaiah Likely
story. Kid. I do like him too. So we like Likely. But
I'm glad you guys are making your points, and I'm not trying to be the hater of the Ravens, which everyone knows that I obviously am. But the thing is, it's not about who they get around Lamar. The thing is, I really hope, other than dealing with his contract disputes over the offseason, I hope he worked on his mechanics, because the only way OBJ is going to get to that 800 mark Will's talking about is if OBJ still has breakaway speed on slant routes, because Lamar's not going to be able to get to him deep unless he's wide open.
Yeah, it's just a false narrative that you've been running.
It is not a false narrative. It's completely true. If you watch this dude, if you watch,
I watch all the time more than you, because you hate
doubt it. If you watch week by week and because I'm stuck watching more Lamar games than you are from where I live, you would see that this man has a freaking passing problem.
No,
he's not accurate when it's passing
problem.
No, it's not. It doesn't matter who the receiver is, because you just named yourself. You just named yourself about Bateman and Duvernay being there.
And what did I say?
Besides getting better, and Lamar had him.
What's the other thing I said about them? What's the other thing I said about them? They have to be healthy. Bateman plays like 3 games a year.
And when he's there, only played 12 games the last 2 seasons.
And when Bateman was there, when he was on the field, he was hitting him deep, no problem. The same way he was hitting, what's his name? He went to Arizona deep, Hollywood. He can hit people deep. They have to be on the field.
Debatable.
Otherwise, he's throwing to who? Exactly.
Debatable.
Yeah. No, debatable to you because you just
it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's very debatable.
It's not. It's proven. You just for some reason can't see it. Anyway, moving forward.
Man. Oh my God! Just look at the freaking records he has. He's the one that gives up the lead. Come on now.
Okay, that had nothing to do with passing deep, but have at it. Irv Smith becomes Irv Smith becomes key contributor for the Bengals. I just dropped something. Irv Smith. Oh yeah. I mean,
I don't think he brings anything to the table.
That's wild. He's a solid tight end, and now he's going to be open because they have 3 wideouts who are all decent.
He is, but that's the thing. Like you just said, they have 3 wideouts. The tight end's not really a big part of the Bengals' offense. Hayden Hurst made some big plays last year. Don't get me wrong, but the tight end position is just like the running back position in their offense. It's the dump off, man. When for whatever reason those 3 aren't open, they have someone to go low to.
That's fair, but Irv Smith's better than Hayden Hurst, so I think he'll make some more plays than Hayden did. Hurst has been a bust pretty much since he got in the league. Was supposed to be way better and never panned out.
His one good year, though, has been with the Bengals. But it's just depending on the system you're in.
Which means Irv could probably do better than that, considering he's been a better tight end. Kenny Pickett improves threefold. Really? Okay. I could see him definitely getting better. I like what I saw from him. So.
No, and I do like Pickett. I like that. I like that he looks better too. Their biggest problem is their offensive line. If they can gradually get their line better, just like Cincinnati did, you're only going to get better play from that guy.
I like Pickett, but more I like Pickens. So that's why I think he's also.
Yeah, I like Pickens a lot too. Yeah.
And then let's not forget about Deontay Johnson as well.
Yeah, Deontay
on the other side.
Yep, absolutely.
And then Najee Harris. Not Joey Porter Jr., by the way.
Najee's been underachieving literally like the whole time, but I like him still.
And it's not just that, Will. That goes back to my point about if they continue to make their offensive line better, Najee Harris, not just Kenny Pickett, but Najee Harris will also look better.
I hope so.
Because Najee Harris has been their only offense. Well, two years ago when he came to the league, he was their only bit of offense, and that's why he looked good. They got a little bit more spread out with their wide receivers. Najee Harris's play went down because he didn't have to carry the entire thing.
So Lamar will set career. We're talking about that. So now he's not being held. Go up a little bit because now he's not being held back by the Greg Roman. Like the Greg Roman offense helps you when you're a mobile quarterback at first, but once people pick up on it, then it doesn't give you a lot. It doesn't give you much in terms of actually passing. So again, Jake loves to make excuses for certain guys, but won't make it here where he doesn't have any receivers most of his career, and he's had a bad system being run with him in terms of taking advantage of what he can do. Now he's got Monken. Like I said, with the addition of Monken and OBJ and Flowers, now I think we got to give him a little bit of some time to get the system down, but I think we're going to see him play a lot better than he already has, and he has an MVP under his belt. So looks good for them moving forward if they stay healthy. Number 2 is Baltimore will sign starting nickel cornerback for the season. Slide down because I don't know who that would be.
Don't say anything.
Solid. Yeah, it just says
it talks about Humphrey.
Proven track record playing in the slot is Marlon Humphrey.
Who's out there?
That's a good question. I don't know.
You know what I could see?
What?
Is a guy that's rumored that Dallas may be cutting. And that's God. Jordan Lewis. Oh God.
Oh, okay.
Cause they said Brand's playing so well again. That
I said I didn't unmute myself again, but you finish yours and then I'll say mine.
But I can see him possibly, ending up there if released.
Now, they say that, and I see that being a big deal. And did it say sign or re-sign?
No, they said sign. They're going to go
sign. Okay, see that makes sense to me because last year there was a big question mark on the secondaries of the Baltimore Ravens. They were getting burnt and not making the plays that they were supposed to. So we if they sign someone from the outside that could help them, I could see that being a big plus for them. But right now, with what they got, if it's the same as last year, they could be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, Humphrey's still a great corner in my opinion. They have Yasin now, who we'll see how Rock Yasin plays with them, and after that, the cupboard is pretty bare. They do need a nickel.
Yep.
All right, number 3, David Ojabo leads the team in sacks. You know, I can see that happening. He's young still, but he's got some speed to him, speed off the edge for sure, and I think he's not going to be watched as much. All right, who we got now? The Bengals. Charlie Jones finds a way to significantly contribute as a rookie. Really? Charlie Jones?
I say the only reason they say that is because he's probably going to be their full-time punt and kick returner. I don't see him being that big on the offense unless Tyler Boyd gets injured.
I can see that.
Huh.
Because he's definitely the 4th guy on their roster right now at wide receiver.
Yeah, I don't know. He could. We'll see what happens. I have to tell somebody to stop calling me during the show.
Irv Smith Jr. has a Pro Bowl season. We talked about that a little bit.
I have no idea how I keep losing connection to you guys. What was that second prediction on there, Will? I'm sorry.
Irv Smith Jr. has a Pro Bowl season.
Depending on how much they use the tight end position.
Right. And Joe Burrow remains the top 5 most sacked quarterback.
Oh, it's not good for them.
You see, I completely disagree with that. They went out and got better on the offensive line. What's his name?
Orlando Brown.
Orlando Brown. The other guy,
Kansas City, right?
I forgot his last name. Yes. They got a great guard. The center position, I forgot who they got there. And on the other side,
they got Ted Carves at center, Alex Kappa at right guard, and L. Collins at right tackle. Left guard is going to be the problem that they got to find.
And they say he's in jeopardy of probably either getting traded or not making the team.
And the thing is, they spent a lot of money on Collins. It'd be who of them to try to trade because he was nothing but a liability last year for Joe, which is why they got Orlando Brown. And if Jonah Williams is okay with switching from the left to the right, Jonah Williams will still have a spot on the roster if he moves over to the right tackle position.
Did they have L playing left or right?
Right.
Right.
Last year. This year, I know he's going to be at right tackle.
He's a right.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, it's going to be rough. I think they got to hope for his improvement too, though. But yeah, if not, then
he hasn't been the same since he got hurt in the offseason 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's been rough for them.
But that's insane that they say that because Alex Kappa is a crazy guard. Ted Karras is awesome. The rookie Cordero, I keep forgetting his last name. He's shown nothing but great improvements. And Jackson Cartman was supposed to be that guy, and he's not. To Will's point, I think the issue on the line is going to be that right tackle position unless Jonah Williams makes some kind of massive improvement and is okay with moving to right tackle because Lyle Collins is not the answer.
All right. So we got Cleveland Browns. Myles Garrett wins Defensive Player of the Year. That's not bold at all.
Yes.
That's not even kind of bold. I mean, it's an
not
absolute monster. Absolute monster. Did they have Zadarius Smith last year too?
Who was that?
Zadarius Smith. Did they have him last year?
No, they did not. He played for
the Ravens,
Minnesota.
Right? Minnesota. Okay.
He went back to Minnesota, right?
Yeah, he was back at Minnesota last year. Well, he's there now, and I think he's poised for a big year playing on the other side of Myles Garrett. And they still got Dalvin Tomlinson. So yeah, that defense is gonna be a decent defense. We got number 2, DeJuan Jones is the starting right tackle by the end of the season. Yeah, I could see that possibly happening. Over Jack Conklin, though, I mean, is Jack hurt?
He has been hurt over the last 2 seasons.
Right. Well, yeah, that could happen.
Cleveland's offensive line used to be one of the most dominating offensive lines in the league, but they have, with Willis's decline going down, Wyatt Teller retiring, There's another guy that got cut, and Conklin always being injured. That the offensive line from 2 years ago that helped Baker win a playoff game, it's not there anymore.
Teller retired?
Was it retirement?
Did Teller retire?
I believe so.
I don't recall that.
It was one of the they did have a lineman. I just forgot who it was. Oh, no, yeah, I believe it was Teller that retired. The one guy that they have that's still a constant that's really good on that line is Joel Bitonio.
Yeah, Bitonio's still there, but I didn't think Teller retired. Wow. Well, if that's the case, yeah, it's going to be rough for them, but we'll see what happens. And number 3, Nick Chubb sets a new career high for receiving. That is fascinating that he do that.
League.
Yeah, agreed.
Receiving?
We've been agreeing on this for a couple of years now, I feel like, or at least this year and like last year.
I'd like to
go ahead.
I'd like to throw my own prediction out there. I don't know if he's up for a contract, but I think he's got to be close. If not, I think David Njoku is the best tight end in the North, or going to be the best tight end in the North this year, unless Lamar's only throwing to Andrews.
Is Andrews going to die? Like, no, he's not even close to him.
No, since he has new toys, I don't think Andrews is going to get as many looks. That's why I'm saying David Njoku's out for a great year this year.
He's still gonna get his looks for sure.
He's probably the second best tight end in the league.
You can cut the looks that Andrews gets by 25%, and he'll still get more looks than Njoku.
All right, so Coach, I'm assuming you're thinking Travis Kelce's number 1 then.
Yeah.
So you're putting Mark Andrews above George Kittle.
Yes, because he plays more. I think Kittle's better when on the field and gets the ball more, but he plays more. That's just Kittle's great.
Man child.
Kittle's a different species too. He's crazy too. Kittle's unbelievable, but Kittle also. It's difficult because it's about how they're used. Everybody before Purdy, see, that's why I'm not sure, because when Purdy's in there, Purdy likes to throw to Kittle. The other quarterbacks didn't throw to Kittle as much, and they had him blocking way more because of their scheme. But Andrew's gonna get his, bro. Andrew's a monster. So Nick Chubb, new career in receiving, it's gonna be interesting. I think Dimitri Felton is gonna be out there a lot more now that Hunt is gone, but we'll see how that plays out.
Felton's also one of their punt and kick returning guys, I believe.
Yeah. Although they signed Goodwin, so maybe he'll do more of that now. Yeah, we still live, bro. We doing it out here.
That's gonna be a really good defense, though. I hate to admit it with Cleveland, but I think that's still gonna be a really good defense.
Yeah.
My favorite cornerback is playing there, and he's still in the prime of his career. They re-signed the safety that they needed. Sione Takis is not a bad linebacker to go with Zadarius Smith and Myles Garrett with those two at the edges with him back there. It's just a really fun young defense. They got okay, Coach, I'm making myself look like an ass now, but they got Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah from Notre Dame.
This is way too much about the Browns.
I'm sorry. Dude, Will, I was a huge Baker fan.
Yeah,
so I knew a little bit about the Browns just because of the Baker being there.
No, understood. I agree. So Kenny Pickett throws for 3 times as many touchdown passes as his rookie year, which sounds crazy, except he only threw 7. So 21, that's not even like a big number, but I think he has the weapons to easily do that. And I think they're going to take the training wheels off a little more. So, yeah. Pittsburgh is back in the playoffs. Yeah, likely if they stay healthy. That defense is solid, and their offense is getting better. Steelers O-line ranks in the top 10 by the end of the season. If that's the case, they're looking at a great season because that's the biggest hole in that team.
Yep, it is.
So
defense is always going to be there.
Yep. So that's if that comes true, that'll be huge. We're gonna put them in order. I got Bengals 1, Ravens 2, Steelers 3, Browns 4.
I got Bengals 1. I'm gonna go out on the limb and say Browns 2.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Bold.
Ravens 3. And
that puts Steelers 4.
Steelers 4.
Are you going to say that they're all over 500 though?
No.
Okay.
No.
Ooh.
I think the Steelers been running it. They've been ducking and diving over the last 2 years.
Kicking the can a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they do have a bad season.
Yeah. I gotta ask you too if I'm allowed to have a mulligan asterisk here.
You are not.
Okay, so Coach said it's okay, Will. So
no, he said what you got.
Okay.
He said that about it being okay.
Look, okay, I got. I'm just gonna say it when I get to it. I got Bengals number 1, obviously.
That's his team. Kidding.
I want to say Steelers number 2 asterisk if TJ Watt's healthy all year. If he's not healthy all year, if TJ Watt is not healthy all year, it's going to be Ravens at 2, Steelers, then Browns. But if TJ Watt's healthy all year, they're at 2, followed by the Ravens, then the Browns.
So there's no need for asterisks and hedging bets. We make all these decisions based on health. So
which right now it's a fully healthy Steelers roster.
Right. Which is my point. My point is you make the picks assuming guys stay healthy. With that being said, that's how you make the pick.
With all fairity, I'm perfectly fine with putting the Steelers at second then, because that's the first time TJ Watt's been injured seriously his entire career,
and it affected them. Yeah, I agree. All right, cool. So,
because I believe I know that I don't need to know this many facts about the AFC North, but last year with TJ Watt, they were 6-2, or no, they were 7 there was something to where they ended up being 9-8 because they went like 1-6 in their last couple of games.
Yeah,
without him.
Yeah, it got bad.
That just shows how important TJ Watt is, which is why I called Coach during my draft and said, Coach, the Steelers are available, but so are the Cowboys. What should I do? And he said, you need to go Cowboys. So that's what I did.
Oh, shocker. We needed that tidbit. Moving forward. So, only one left. You know what time it is.
The AFC East.
I feel like this man had a different tune for every conference. My man Dale doing the work right now. All right,
be on it, man.
Yo, Dale's doing the work.
He should have put a little tidbit at the end that said greatest conference though at the bottom of that one.
Ugh. Even I don't believe that. All right, we're gonna pull these bad boys up. See what these bold predictions for this last one is. What a hell of a show! I just want to say, like, share, subscribe. Share with everybody, please. Call your friends. Man, this has been great. I almost feel bad. We had all this fun without Took.
Oh man, that just entered my head.
To be fair, I love the guy, but Took would have been rushing us off like 40 minutes ago. He'd have been like, all right, wrap it up.
I got shit to do.
He'd have been like, wrap it up. We might have to start being like, you know what? You can wrap it up. We're gonna continue.
Yeah, I mean, look, hey, I'm driving to work right now, and I'm still going.
Yeah, we heard it. I can dig it. All right, so the top 3 for some reason in the 14 comments. Again, I'm gonna keep commenting on that. Buffalo stumbles in the division. Okay, I can see that. Jalen Phillips joins the elite edge rushers. I can also see that. And Will McDonald IV paces the rookie class in sacks.
Stud.
Yeah.
If we hadn't got over Sean, that's who I wanted.
Yeah.
He was a beast at Iowa State.
And he's going to a good team.
Salah's gonna put him in a position to succeed.
Yeah, he is. Salah knows what he's doing. That's his area too. Like when he gets a new toy, like Aaron Rodgers is great for the team, but that's not really a toy for him. Like
this dude was jumping over cars.
Yeah, that's not
good. It really works for them too because Salah's the defensive guy, so he's going to go defense and let Nathaniel Hackett take the offense.
Yeah, that's what good coach is supposed to do.
Yeah, get out of the way.
Yeah. All right. So, first one says the Bills will fail to win the division. Yeah, I mean, look, I can see that happening. It's not going to be on the account of the Patriots, that's for damn sure. But it could be on account of the Dolphins or the Jets. I think the Jets are prime. I know people don't want to believe in Aaron Rodgers and shit like that, but
I sure as hell don't.
Yeah, here's the thing though. He doesn't have to be prime elite Aaron Rodgers. He just has to not be as bad as Wilson. And even when they had Wilson, they were still winning games. So that tells you that.
Yeah.
So that's and they stacked their offense more than it was that.
Yeah, it went downhill when Breece Hall went down. But the thing is, it wasn't just Breece Hall. that defense has some injuries and are injury prone to a T. So if that defense goes down, it's all on Rodgers. You got Green Bay all over again, bro. I'm telling you, because that offense wasn't bad when he was there.
But it's not Green Bay all over again because he has first of all, he has the same guys that he had at Green Bay, but he has better guys on offense as well. Like he has a Garrett Wilson out there who's better than any wideout that he's been throwing to since Adams. Like since Adams left.
I think that's a extremely high praise for a second-year player. And I'm the Ohio State guy here, and I like Garrett Wilson and I like Chris Olave, but year one is completely different from year two.
Point blank, my statement wasn't that bold because what did I say? I said he's better than anybody that Aaron Rodgers was throwing to after Devontae Adams. Who refutes that? Cobb? Or another rookie, which hurts your point because you're saying he was a rookie. So, like I said, Garrett Wilson is better than anyone that Aaron was throwing to last year. Easy.
I think you're discrediting Christian Watson a little much, but we can continue.
Bro, think about what you're saying. Your point against Garrett Wilson was he's young. Watson's younger and less experienced.
They were both rookies last year.
My point is he's younger.
And all I'm saying is that I am not. This isn't a discussion about wideouts. It's about what Aaron Rodgers did with either just as good or just a little bit less offense than what he had in Green Bay. He had A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, two great running backs. Same thing with now Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook. He had Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson and Alan Lazard, and now he has Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, and there's another receiver there that I'm not naming.
McCall Hardman, Randall Cobb. He has the same. So he has those guys.
He's had the same tools. So what are we going to see different? I don't think we're going to see nothing different. And he had a better offense, and he had a better offensive line in Green Bay too.
They're definitely better. And offensive line is close. Offensive line is close.
I don't know, man. I think we're seeing just differences here, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell is this?
Dalton Kincaid becomes only the third rookie tight end to eclipse the 1,000-yard NFL. That's bold because they don't throw to their tight end enough. So that'll be fascinating as hell if they do that.
Who were the other two?
The other two rookies to eclipse 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say Gronk should be one, except he had to split with Aaron Hernandez, so I'm not sure he got there. But I still say Gronk. Was he one of them?
No, it's Pitts was one.
Oh, Kyle did get there. I forgot because they don't use him enough, but Kyle did get there 1,000. And then who was the next one?
Mike Ditka.
Holy shit, I would have never got that one.
Pitts had 1,076 and Ditka had 1,000. I'm sorry, Pitts had 1,026. Ditka had 1,076. Which is crazy considering the era that Ditka played in.
Yeah, like they must have been real scared to throw. Yeah, they were barely throwing. The forward pass had just been invented.
3 less games.
Yeah,
he averaged 19.2 yards a catch.
Every catch. Excuse me, get the fuck out of my way. I'm Mike Ditka. Yeah, Dicka's a legend, man. Yeah, Ditka was a legend, bro. It's so funny when you see him as a coach. You'll never. The way he's so gritty and intense, you'd be like, he had to have been like a linebacker or a defensive end or something like that. But he's a tight end, just going nuts. Buffalo's defense bounces back to a top 5 unit. This is a weird juxtaposition. You're saying that this team isn't going to win the division, but then you're saying that their defense is going to
say that it's because of the quarterback play?
Yeah, apparently that's what they're talking about.
Look,
you're a top 5 unit. You win your division.
You should, right? Like
I just have to disagree with the defensive statement too. They lost their best defensive player in Edmonds, and Tre'Davious White to me is overrated. What has this defense done to get better?
You be having
they are pretty stand pat.
Well, me and you have had this conversation about Tre'Davious White too. You agreed to me, but I'm a little on the extreme side. He's on a decline.
I said he had a down year. After being injured. Before being injured, he's one of the best corners in the league easily. And then he had a down year coming back from the injury. That's all I'm saying. So if he doesn't regain to where he was, then fine. I'll agree with that much. But I got to assume that after an injury like he had, it takes a little while to come back at corner, and I think he's going to get there.
And then I'm trying to think, like, who's their center of their defense now with Edmonds gone? Hyde? Is that it?
I mean, Hyde's pretty good, but I wouldn't say that he should be.
I'm not saying that he's not, but I'm just saying, is that the center
yeah.
of their defense now? And I have to say yes, because Tre'Davious White isn't it for me anymore.
I mean, it's Hyde, Poyer, and White. Their whole secondary is pretty good. Matt Milano's solid.
There we go. Okay, that I can agree with. He probably took the Edmonds positional of that team.
Ed Oliver,
Edmonds was the leader.
Von Miller's declining, but he's still good, and so is Greg Rousseau. I think this team, yeah, I think defensively they're going to be solid. They're not going to be great, but they're going to be solid. Top 5, probably not. So
no.
Miami Dolphins. Jalen Phillips has an All-Pro caliber season. Do we see that happening, folks?
I don't know enough about him.
That's their outside linebacker. Huh?
All pro though? I don't know about all pro.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough. He's a good player though. Miami kid.
Did they take 4?
I think so.
You got Bosa.
Yeah.
You got Watt, Garrett, and Parsons.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. All pro, yeah, all pro's tough. Well, to be fair, they said all pro caliber. They didn't say he'd actually get
it. Fair enough.
Fair.
That was in the details. Miami misses the playoffs.
Wow. That would be an ultimate failure.
Did that say miss?
Yeah, miss. I don't know if it's that big of a failure. Here's why. You're still in the division with the Bills and the Jets, who are really good. And the Patriots are always going to put up a fight. Whether they're good or not, they're going to put up a fight.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, every one of those teams are a quarterback injury away from not being good at all.
True.
Now, with that being said,
I wouldn't
who's the most that comment almost exploded my head because I can't argue with you because that means I'd have to be defending Mac as he's so good that without him we could. You're right. So you know what? I'm not even going to argue with you.
I hate saying that because I'm a supporter.
Right, I know that was a weird moment for both of us. I got to be honest. But it was accurate.
Get a room, why don't you?
Yeah, I know. Like that. It was just weird for me. It was weird for me.
It's an extremely weird moment because Jake hated on Mac and Will almost had to defend him.
Right. We both in like an instant, in a single comment, you fucking teleported our consciousness, and I just it was a Freaky Friday moment. I wasn't okay with that at all.
You're most welcome.
Yeah, thank you. It's good content. The reason I say that, like I said, the Bills and the Jets could both. That if they stay healthy, I think they're better technically. Which, if Tua doesn't stay healthy, this team isn't that good, in my opinion, to live up without him. So, and who's the most likely to get injured in this entire division?
Yeah.
So,
that's my word. So.
Man, that was gonna sound so much more like intellectual, and then Jake just blew my mind with some comment that I was not ready for. That was well played.
I had to. Why am I? That's why I'm here.
It's disarming, you villain. Number 3, Vic Fangio oversees a top 5 defense. I mean, Fangio's good at defense, man.
Top 5 though for Miami. I don't know.
They have solid players at every position except that corner situation got a little dicey with him hurt. Tuko said Jake is getting in those dreads. He got me with one move, bro. Everything else, it's been.
And he gets with the AI crossover, did he?
He got me, bro. I'm to the league tomorrow. Get that shit called the carry. Like, we're not doing that no more. You're not even allowed to do that no more. New England Patriots. The Patriots offense improves in the rankings by 10 plus spots. That shouldn't be too hard. We were bad the last 2 years.
29th last year.
Yeah.
And I 100% blame that on Mr. Matt Patricia.
Probably.
Where is he at now?
Who cares?
Nowhere. I think he's oh wait, shit. Where is he? I think he might be in Philly.
I think you're right.
The spin, the DN spin. Number 2, Christian Barrymore has a breakout season. If he stays healthy, I could see it. Yeah, but he's got to play.
I love him. Him and Devon
Gotcha are
absolutely crazy together.
And Cole Strange earns PFF grade of 7.5, above 7.5, 75. I think so. I like Cole Strange. He's really good. Got to stay healthy.
They reached for him. They could have got him a little later, but
maybe he likes his guys though. It doesn't always work that way. Okay, so New York Jets. Garrett Wilson has an all-pro season. Revisiting this guy, I can see it happen.
Coach mutiny.
Mutiny. More like mutiny. Yeah, Garrett Wilson, all-pro season. I could definitely see that happening. Look, he put up a stellar rookie season with a carousel at quarterback. So I think with a elite quarterback, or at least a fringe elite quarterback still, in Aaron Rodgers, I think he could do a lot of damage. Number 2, we got Will McDonald, the 4th, leads all rookies in sacks.
Yep, I can see that.
Yeah. Like you said, freak athlete, right?
Yep.
Playing with a good defensive around him. I can see that. And the O-line undermines the offense, remains in the bottom third of the league. I could definitely see this happening too. And if this happens, yeah, this team could struggle. But I do think Aaron's ability to move the ball quickly can nullify some of that shitty play on their behalf. But we shall see. And that, folks, is the whole AFC in a nutshell.
Yes,
Do you guys think that this is
we got to pick our rankings.
Do you guys think that this is Mekhi Becton's last year to show that he can play in a roster without injury?
He's so talented when he's on the field at times that he's going to keep getting chances. But yeah, he's definitely edging close to, bro, you got to stay on the field.
Yeah, they get you wrapped up real quick from a career standpoint.
Bold prediction for the Jets. Aaron plays like Brett to Kwang Watt.
I like that, hilarious.
Actually. All right, so where do we have them finishing, fellas? Where y'all going? I'm going to go last.
All right, I'll go first then. So, history's doomed to repeat itself. Favre to the Jets from Green Bay, and now you're going to get the same exact thing with Rodgers. It's not going to make a bit of difference. I'm sorry. I see the Jets, and this is not me being a hater. This is not me against my brother. Jets 4. Because the Patriots are going to beat them twice this year, as they always do. This team, Rodgers is going to be douchey Rodgers. As soon as shit starts going downhill, he's going to tuck his head and be all pouty and stupid. Saleh doesn't know how to contain a real quarterback. So I just don't see the Jets doing the big thing. They're overhyping them. Number 3, the Patriots. They're going to be a lot better with Billy O there. He's a great offensive coordinator. He's the one that drafted Gronk and turned Gronk into what he was before he left. And I think Mac does make a nice year. He's not going to be no all-pro or whatever, but we got to remember this is his 3rd year. Might as well be considered his freaking sophomore slump year all over again. He's got to be built up from the ground up. I'm looking for, close to a 500 season, but probably not. Number 2, I'm going to give it to the Bills, and then I got the Dolphins winning it.
Wow. How about you, Coach?
I got New England 4th. I've got Miami 3rd. I've got the Jets 2nd, Buffalo 1st.
Yeah, I think that's how I got it as well. Mostly because of quarterback play and health. I don't know that Tua's going to stay healthy, and even if they do, is that defense going to hold up? Jalen's got to come back from a knee injury and still be the same. It's going to be rough. And the Patriots, we're still struggling. We're getting there, but we're struggling. So if Tua doesn't play all year, though, I can see the Patriots being better than the Dolphins. But
I want to know how Miami's defense is going to look, to be honest.
I think it's going to look pretty good. I mean, they have 2 – I like Javon Holland at safety. The other safety is all right, Elliott, whatever. Ramsey got to get back healthy. Otherwise, it's just Xavier Howard and a really young core after that. Eli Apple's on that roster, which, ooh. And Jalen Phillips, if he makes the jump that everyone thinks he's going to make, he's great. Baker in the middle. Chubb still pretty good on the left side.
Is this a shot?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a shot. Yeah. He's saying we're about to be so bad that the tickets are going to be cheap again.
Buy one, get four free.
Hey, I ain't gonna. Hey, again, look, I love Mac Jones. I still have faith in the guy. I just think he needed the right coordinator. But if somehow we tank and Caleb Williams decides he wants to come out, I like it.
Yeah.
But then again, I was hoping for a tank for Trevor, and that didn't happen. So I don't see this happening either.
No, the tank for Trevor was almost impossible. We would have had to have been so bad to get to Trevor. So
because nobody was out beating in Jacksonville that year.
Right. Whoa. That's a show, folks. I got shout out to everybody who's, especially if you're still here. If you're still here, you're the MVP of the chat.
To you.
For real.
Chris left and came back.
That's how crazy this was. We were here for so long. This was damn near a draft show.
Yeah, I didn't realize we went over 2 hours.
Yeah, 26 minutes ago.
And we started late.
Yeah.
Just shows we got content. This is what happens when you. It's what happens when you get these three guys together. We laugh. We make you laugh. We got jokes.
Absolutely.
We kid on each other. Will and Jake finally had an argument after 2 freaking months. It only took long enough.
He called it clam soup.
It's clam chowder. What the hell?
Exactly.
Tuke's been stealing. Tuke's been stealing my arguments with Will from me.
Yeah.
Damn, I got a front row spot tonight. Let's go.
Oh, everything's coming up aces.
I got stuck in 2 different lines of traffic.
Shout out to Chris, Bobby, Mama Renee, Chris Ballard, Paul, Anthony, Brando, Bree, Marie, Dale, and Bernard. If I forgot anybody, again, as always, my sincere apologies.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Shout out to the wife, man. Much love, man.
Absolutely. Like, share, subscribe.
Shout out to everybody. Thank you for Tuke. Thanks for missing today. I've missed the play call sheet. It's been fun coming in here and being able to
said that like he's only here because Tuke. You could come in with Tuke being here, bro.
Look, hey, no, I got lucky. It's
not witness protection, bro.
I got lucky. I fell asleep at 1 p.m. today and didn't wake up till 5 and said, "Oh, Tuke's out. Shit, I guess I gotta be there."
He said that shit like Tuke got a restraining order on him.
Don't come within 2 segments.
I pop in as soon as my face shows up. Tuke goes, "The fuck are you doing here?"
I know, right? But I appreciate y'all, man. Way to do it. Man, tune in tomorrow for the chickadee chop up. I gotta go find it. I have so little time now to go find a fucking topic for chop up tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, we got 49 minutes to find a topic. Will we got a 12 o'clock deadline?
Yeah. Put on by a man, a deadline put on by a man who's not even here.
Right.
Pew, 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 pew. Shots fired.
We gotta do this out here.
Oh man, y'all look great, man. I appreciate y'all. I have fun with y'all today.
We will see y'all tomorrow at 7:30 for my man said, the chickadee chop up. Appreciate y'all as always. Be there or be square, but
just be there.
Y'all heard that?
Yeah, like it's like a frog.
Yeah.
But much love, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Have a great night now.
Bye.
Find this podcast and others on STWF TV, the Podcasting Network, wherever you get podcasts.